Welcome to 7SD Carpathian adventure. Travel back 700 years to the early 1300s. Castles like this dot the countryside. The Hungarian Empire, or Carpathian Empire, is at its zenith. The nascent Ottomans are on the rise, but neither Holy nor Roman nor an empire, Holy Roman Empire, battles within. England and France fight one another. As the Templars recede into history, the Teutons are on the rise. Welcome to the Carpathian adventure. This was a great hall. There would have been a roaring fire. It would have been adorned with Gothic windows. This might be where our adventuring party might gather. Let's meet them.
From the kingdom of Aragon, I am Zyman Val. I've ventured forth with few possessions and little coin, save an ancient tomb I searched to decipher. But I've struggled to find clues, and at times, food. While freezing in the Alps, fate crossed my path with a shining knight and the champions of the sun. Having aided me in a desperate time, they have earned my service and my friendship. Now, using my wizardry, I fight by their side.
I am Balder, a Norseman, a soldier, and an eldritch knight. I left my home to leave politics behind, only to be dogged by it across Europe. I first met the Champions of the Sun outside a small town in Hungary. Together, we battled Ottoman raiders and vampires. The Champions gave me purpose again, and where it takes me, I know not, but I know I want to be a part of it.
I am Kip Kaelin, Ranger of the North, and I am lost. Hailing all the way from Garin in Scotland, I have faced great tragedy, losing all those dear to me. I am haunted by that fateful night, and what was taken from me. I face defeat at every turn, attempting to enact revenge on those that did this to us. And when all my strength, resources, and allies, save for my trusted wolf Lycoa, was depleted, I stumbled upon the Champions of the Sun at the Battle of Sutut. I decided to ally myself with these seemingly capable and worthy adventurers to aid me in putting the lost to rest. It is what she would want, or so she seems to indicate.
Aha! Hello, friends! You can call me Livia Moreau. I come from the beautiful country of France, of course! Traveling as a salesman, banished from my home, where by the hand of my twisted sister, my father was killed, and I was implicated. Mon Dieu, how low I've come. But in that low, I found the Champions of the Sun. Although they may not smell like sweet wine, they are honorable. Mostly.
My name is Virexin. I am a monk who was exiled into Greece after fleeing my homeland. I was sent on a quest via a dream I received. I went in search of great heroes I saw in the dream to help stop some monstrosity from wreaking havoc across the world. I found those heroes in the Champions of the Sun. Now I strive to gain their trust so they can one day help me defeat the vile beast that threatens everything.
I am Borinth, the Cave Bear. I come from a tribe of barbarians that once lived in the mountains of the Badenweiler. While on my sacred spirit quest, my tribe and family were attacked with none left alive. I now seek the power to avenge my people. With my rage, I grow stronger, and with the Champions of the Sun, I seek a path to restore and preserve my people's culture and rid this world of any evil that stands in my way.
I am Matthias, of the House of Bathory, Knight Baron of Carpathia. With my traveling companion, Ambria, I was dragged into a whirlwind path by a rogue monk. But those I have met since then have earned my respect and more importantly, my trust.
Welcome to the Carpathian Adventure. Welcome, I'm Tom. Thank you for joining us. We're a group of gamers who try to figure out what happened the last time we got together. And we get together in real life to play Dungeons and Dragons. Some of us are military, some are in construction, IT, retail managers, a few are parents, students, etc. So while we do this strictly for fun, we hope you enjoy it nonetheless. There were quite a few thank yous in our open, except one, you. We would like to thank you, our Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook followers, and our YouTube subscribers. Thank you for joining us. To those who have not already, please follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and on Instagram. Please like us on YouTube and on Facebook. And of course, please subscribe on YouTube. If during the stream you follow on Twitch, or if you subscribe on YouTube, your username will pop up on the screen. Please know that during the stream, some of us are watching. I have it up on my phone right here in front of me. Some of us are watching the stream. In particular, some of us are watching Twitch. So please feel free to comment or ask questions. And while live, not that we ever have had one, but if we ever do, while live, if they are appropriate questions, we will try to answer them. To all of our subscribers, thank you. What is happening in the campaign? Building strength and allies to defeat the powerful Bayou Gosman Ghazi. The party slowly made their way across Bavaria. While traveling cross-country, Borinth saw a flash of red light in the woods. Continuing on, they briefly rested in Rosenheim. In a tavern there, the party again met a vampire named Argrad, or Guillaume. Argrad told them of his shared hatred for Osman Ghazi, and described a powerful weapon called the Tour de Démon, or the Killer of Demons. The party left Rosenheim for points farther west. While camping at night, the party again saw a flash of red light, though this time there were 3 flashes. Now, awake and alert, the party was attacked by Ottoman raiders. The battle spread over a huge area. Though he only had 1 hit point remaining, Simon was an airborne, then invisible sniper. Despite being effectively immobilized, Balder held his own. Sniping, then running, then hiding, Alderic kept pursuers constantly at bay. Borinth killed the witch, as he called her, and then freeze-blasted many opponents. Finally, and though missing for weeks, Mattius arrived and proceeded to run down countless enemies on the perimeter. Exhausted and severely wounded, the party made their way to a large city to the west, Munich. En route, they met and helped a cleric or priest or monk named Pietro Renalducci. There seemed to be more to the humble Pietro. Resting in Munich, we rejoined the party. Guys, welcome back. Hello.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Let me, if I recall correctly, you are currently in the tavern.
When are we not in a tavern?
Seems appropriate.
This is D&D.
Yes, indeed. Friendly tavern. Okay, what are you guys doing?
Was it the next morning, or is it evening again?
It could be evening. You guys are here.
I had just met with Pietro at the cathedral, right? And we were heading back. This is what I remember how we ended up. We were leaving the cathedral, heading back to the tavern, and he said that he was going to meet me later on at the tavern. That's the last that I remember that we did. There might have been some other stuff going on there between, but I think we had chatted about.
Yeah, I think we just went to the church for your eye, basically.
Yeah. And then we
left.
I think
He had other
he
stuff
left
to
and
do.
we sat there and kind of chatted a little bit, right before. And I think that was like the end of it. I think we just had like, oh, that's right, because I was saying to you guys that I'm not going to bring up my religion and stuff
Yeah.
as we get closer to.
And I know Aldrich wanted to go ask around about him.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was going to scope the tavern for unsavory types, maybe, or ask a bar wench if there was someone of that particular sort in town that I might be inclined to speak with or connect with.
Okay, a waitress. You catch a waitress's eye. She looks over at you, and she's carrying several mugs, and she says, what can I get you?
Looking to interact with someone who might be a little beside the law, so to speak.
Lady?
No, anybody really. Somebody who might have their ear to the ground for information or activities that might be not expressly perpendicular with the law.
Roll a persuasion check.
What's perpendicular?
He just screams real loud. The Thieves Guild, goddammit!
19.
What's this perpendicular place you're talking about? I don't know if I want to hang out there. It sounds.
She says,
a lot of dicular in there.
I don't think I understand what you mean. But you get the impression she does. And she says, she kind of like nods and walks away.
I'm going to follow her.
Okay. She makes her way over toward the bar, and she's there filling up some other drinks. And she says, what exactly are you looking to do?
I'm going to palm a gold coin and slide it along the bar. And
she takes her mug, one of the mugs, just rests it on top and kind of drags it toward the edge.
specifically information. Someone who might be well informed about activities and events in these parts.
I think I can have somebody stop over to your table. Would that be all right? Will you be here all week?
Yes.
Okay. It might not be tonight.
Understood.
You're not with the law, are you?
Do I look like I'm with the law?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
12.
Okay. Let me see what I can do.
Your name?
Alice.
Alice. Aldrich.
Aldrich, I'll see what I can do.
I'll go back to the table.
Okay. You venture back to the table. Everyone else is hanging out. Late that night, Pietro stumbles in. You see him wave to the bar. A couple people wave to him, and he motions, and some drinks and food comes his way. And he sees you, and he says, "May I join you?"
Absolutely.
Oh,
Take a
thank you
seat.
very much. And he comes over, and he's a big, rotund guy, and he has a tough time squeezing into the chair. Several plates of food get piled on top with breads and meats and cheese. And he kind of digs in. He says, "So how's your day in Munich going?"
Very well.
Very well. This is one of the best rests I know I've gotten in a while.
Truly a beautiful city.
Yes, it is. It is a quite grand city. Yes.
That is a lot of food.
Well, here, please, partake yourself. And he slides it in toward the middle.
No, don't mind if I do. Take
Surely.
big legs of meat and stuff. I'm diving in. I'm not bashful about
Okay.
taking food.
You dive into the food. It's pretty darn good. I think I told you once before that they have a local food here called noodles. It's a heavy dumpling-like food.
I think we ate that. I think we partake.
They're made with potato bread,
Yeah.
huge beer, and heavy gravy, and lumps of roast pork,
Sounds real good.
wild garlic, and spinach, and tomatoes all mashed into it. And he's just like chomping down. He goes, "Yes, well, thank you again for your help. I greatly appreciate it."
We greatly appreciate your help, your hospitality.
Well, I didn't want to be left out on the road.
Oh, man can get used to this type of service and food.
Yes, indeed.
For sure.
You can tell. I've gotten a little bit too used to it.
Well, life on the road for us keeps us, I guess, on the healthier side, for the most part.
Says the one that was missing an eye.
Yeah, well, it's fixed now.
It's back.
It's good. You do good deeds come back.
It looks like you've lost that eye once before.
I have lost that eye once before.
So you got 2 scars down there now.
Yep. X marks the spot.
Yes.
You know what it is? I gotta start leading with the other. I gotta start coming into battle.
You're telegraphing your.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, obviously, I gotta change up my stance.
Maybe you need like a monocle or something like that on the one eye.
I don't know what a monocle is.
There you go.
What's a monocle?
It's a piece of glass.
Oh, I don't know. Glass breaks.
Yes, it could also go in your eye. I guess that's true.
So when we just, I'm curious, when we helped you on the road, what were you transporting into the city? I mean, that was quite a heavy cart of.
Well, I don't travel light, as you can tell. I mean, not just for myself, but I do have some fancy clothes. I've got a lot of prayer books. I carry things to conduct services and what have you as well. I have some other vestments and things out of my station, if you will.
What is a vestment?
A vestment is I guess you would call it like a robe of sorts.
Oh, okay. Nothing like you healed my eye. Is that the kind of services that you do for people? Are you a healer primarily, or do you?
I can heal. It's not what I do primarily. No.
What do you do primarily?
Well, what I like to do is study. I like to study books. I like to study history. But sometimes we don't always get to pursue the paths we desire.
Right.
And I've been somewhat chosen, if you will, to be a leader of a flock. And sometimes we do things because they dropped in our laps, and you can't turn it down.
Leader of a flock?
Well, of sorts. I mean, it's debatable whether I really am. Yes.
Okay. Simon likes books. He likes learning stuff.
Indeed.
Yes, you showed me your book. We traveled with it.
Yes, and you mentioned one of your compatriots in the church may be able to help in the translations.
Yes, perhaps tomorrow we can go over there. I think I might be able to help you myself with a little bit of it.
That would be fabulous. I think you also mentioned that you might have some books pertaining to magic that I may be able to look over.
Well, I don't know. If I did, I might have had a wee bit too much to drink. But I know there's someone in town that deals in potions and whatever, and they occasionally gets involved.
We'll be sure to visit there.
But I mean, I can read some magic.
I
typically of a clerical nature.
Perhaps we were a bit deep in our cups when we were having that conversation.
I remember that. But it depends on what it is.
Well, regardless, I will join you and to look over my book and if you don't mind, take a look at your library. Surely it's extensive.
I have my main library is in Nuremberg, but I do travel with a lot of books. What's your interest?
My interests cover a great many topics, from history and emerging science to the arcane and unknown.
Oh, wow. I mean, mine is more of a history. I don't dabble in the arcane per se, but
history holds lots of secrets between the lines.
I mean, if he knows
sometimes there's magic where you do not necessarily see it.
This is very possible. Yes.
If he knows a lot about history, he may know about maybe some historical items that we're looking for to help us.
Oh, the weapon.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he's at least heard the history or the tales of it, whether or not we even know if it's true.
We have heard rumor of a weapon called the Demon Killer.
That's a legendary thing. Yes.
Is it true? Legends are sometimes made of bits of truth and bits of falsehood.
But you know the legend.
I've heard of it, yes.
Would you have any books where it is written down, where I could focus on it?
We can look for that tomorrow.
Yes.
A book about... I don't think there's going to be a book about demon
a story. A story within a book about...
Certainly.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Could you tell us the story? I mean, how well do you know the story?
Do I know? I don't know the story of a demon killer. I do know of a... You want to hear a story? Well, it may not have anything to do with the demon killer, or it might have something to do with the demon killer. There was a man who lived, 1,300 years ago. He was a very good man, very kind, very gentle. He saw himself as trying to instill a different way of life, if you will. A way of looking at the world beyond accepting something in return for your actions. He was a prophet, if you will. And at one point, those in power took offense to his proselytizing, to his ability to try and instill hope into everyone. But he didn't allow it to faze him. He continued to do so anyway. And eventually, they chose to kill him. They stabbed him with a weapon. When they killed him, and supposedly, this weapon that they stabbed him with perhaps might have something to do with your demon killer, if you will.
Yes.
It shed the blood of a very, 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 very devout man. I know that wasn't a very happy story.
No, I mean that's interesting. Where was this? Where did this take place?
Way off across the Mediterranean. Have you been there?
We've been there.
I have.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been there. We some of us have been in the Mediterranean. We sailed in the Mediterranean.
Oh, well, very well. Very, very far. Way off toward, if you will, what some refer to as the Holy Land, if you will. Are you familiar with Acre?
I'm not.
In the south of Arcane, Jerusalem, that area.
Okay. I don't. Have you traveled there, but Balder, before I was?
Never been that far.
The name rings a bell when I was, I guess, prior to me meeting up with Balder and this group, Jerusalem. But we never made it that. I never made it that far. Fortunately, I was able to get away from my situation, but it's a long ways away.
Oh yes, it is. It's very far away.
Do people collect these types of legendary items? And
Absolutely, they collect them.
really?
Relics are sought by everyone.
Yes.
The tip of the spear has not been seen in
Relics.
over 1,000 years.
What are relics?
Well, I'm not sure if that's true. But if we're talking of the same tip of the spear, I'm not sure if that's true. I mean, it's part of the Emperor's regalia.
Oh, the Emperor. Is this the same Emperor that he gave you? What did he give you? A ring.
Yes.
Is this the same Emperor we're talking about?
Yes, it is.
That ring you have? Is that a relic too?
No. It's just a hand it over. No, it's not a relic at all. No, it's definitely not a relic. If anything, it's a great weight. Its weight is far heavier than what it appears in terms of the burden that it carries.
Oh.
Yes.
It's like a meta. It's like a I can't think of the word. It's like a
Metaphor.
Yeah.
You are a brilliant one. What is your name again?
I'm Boren.
Boren.
Come on.
Boren, yes. That is a metaphor. It's really not physically that heavy. It's the burden that it carries with it that is heavy. Yes.
We all carry burdens.
Yes, well, some burdens are different than other burdens.
Have we told you about what we're doing?
Oh, no. Yes.
Have we talked about this?
Have
we discussed it?
I think so.
I cannot remember.
What are you?
Have you ever been?
Now you're being rather cryptic.
Have you ever been in Sagut?
You're scared.
Have you traveled as far as Sagut?
No.
No? Why not?
That's in Anatolia, correct?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
There's an evil force that's spreading from that area of the world. The Emperor Ghazi, he's using his vampiric power that he has amassed, and he's beginning to take over the region and feeding off the lives of thousands at a time. And we've, as the Champions of the Sun, we've dedicated ourselves to combating this evil.
We were so bloodied when we came upon you from just battling his
men.
His minions came this far.
Came this far.
Through some, I believe, through some sort of long distance teleportation. They seemed inappropriate dressed for the climate. They were wearing clothes accustomed to their land, not to this land.
When I was a boy, my mother used to dabble in like the druidic arts, we used to call them, and she was able to travel through great distances using. And my memory is very vague of some of these things, but she used to be able to travel through the forests. Right? She would go in one forest and come out another forest. Now, I don't know if it was a coincidence that we were in a forest. I don't know if that witch practices the same magic.
Yeah.
I don't know. But this is what we're combating, and if they're able to reach us here, they can reach anywhere, as far as I'm concerned.
Why are they trying to reach you?
Because we obviously are trying to combat against them, and we've confronted Ghazi, and we have taken something from him that he needs. That is of great power.
We've made enemies of him.
We have made enemies.
So you're thieves then?
No.
Burglars?
No.
Only one of us.
I won't hold it against you if you are. Just don't burgle me.
No, that's not our intention. We're trying to do some good.
Did Pietro seem to recognize or know the name of Ghazi when we mentioned it? When Borth mentioned it to him, did he seem to have any reaction?
Roll an insight check.
Natural 20.
He seemed unfazed by it.
Unfazed. Interesting.
Yeah, so we may have something of his, of great importance to him, that may want him to continue after us, but I think regardless, he knows we're coming for him.
Oh.
We are a target of his, for sure. So we are searching for ways of defeating such a great evil, and we're looking to
the world is better off without this in his possession.
We are also searching for a way to destroy what we have stolen.
Yes. Yeah. But
present, it is beyond our power to destroy the object.
But on a side note, we are also trying to amass forces in order to oppose Ghazi and his army, because he does have an army at his disposal.
What?
His army, there's an army of vampires. His closest family are vampires, and there's a whole separate army that he controls.
Well, I do have the ear of the Emperor when he would listen to me, which is not very often. So, unfortunately, he's often tied up in other wars. So, if he could be persuaded at some point to if everything were calm enough throughout the realm, that an army could be sent that far south, and it's very far south, then I can see how that might.
If it makes you feel any better, we have the blessing of Frederick Barbarossa.
I mean, Frederick Barbarossa is dead. How did you get the blessing?
He's only mostly dead.
This is when we
I
start
think-
to sound crazy.
I think the Pope. I think we can get the Emperor to listen, only because it may not. It seems like it's really far away, but his army, as we speak, is currently stretching outwards underground, and we've seen them in the mountains outside of Germany. They are taking over Europe, and whether the Emperor likes it or not, he will lose all his people and territory. if
They
we
are
let
at
this
least
guy
as close
continue.
as the Alps.
Wow.
They are using underground caves, digging their own tunnels, and they are spreading.
Well, that is a scary, very scary thought. Yes, well, I mean, if you don't mind, if I have the opportunity, I will convey that to the Emperor myself. I mean, is there some place that one of these tunnels might be found so that someone... Not that I doubt you. You seem genuine. But,
Yeah, we can point it on the map.
Yeah,
The last known tunnel that we know of.
What was the name of that city? Right
It was
before
the
we went into
mines.
the Alps?
It was the mines outside of Germany.
Oh, no, the mines were inside Germany.
Yeah. It was. Where
Those
was
mines were inside Germany. It was just outside of Salzburg, wasn't it? Oh no, wait, I'm thinking of the other mines with the Mr. White and them, right?
Yeah.
So
Where
we're
was
talking about right just before the Alps.
Yeah, that was before I,
Yeah, that was just before the Alps.
before Matthias saved me in the pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here, right?
You got a name?
Matthias rejoined the party. Outside of, yeah, that's it. Right before he went into the mountains.
Yeah.
Outside of that city. Can't read it, but... And we'll show him that part of the map right here.
Let me take a look at this. You guys are generating. You're generating quite a... These are your travels, are they?
Yeah.
We've logged a lot of miles on our
Matthias
crickets.
rejoined your party to battle with land sharks and horrors outside of D. San Salvatore.
Whoops, that
Yeah, that sounds right.
So it's a castle on the southern side of the Alps, north of Venice and Treviso. Oh. I mean, that's still quite a distance away, but it's closer than one might want.
And that distance wasn't made, as far as we know. It wasn't that distance
And
wasn't
I mean,
made. In
when
that
we
much
went down
time.
there, it was full of eggs, full of them reproducing and doing what they do.
They use these
So they're like-
creatures.
It's like a vampire creature that Ghazi has been feeding people to.
And they burrow through the ground.
And I'll actually pull out some of the armor I've made out of their husks and show him that this is what the creatures used to be.
So there's burrowing creatures that they feed on, that they use these
I think I have a shield.
vampire
I think I have a
animals.
shield made out of their stuff. So
Yeah.
it should look pretty representative of what they are.
Simon.
That shield looks like it was
what
made
are
out
you
of
guys talking about?
dragon scale.
You really release information at like little bits. Little bits.
It's mostly
at a
because we've
time.
been hit in the head so many times that we don't remember this stuff.
I've been with you months upon
comes.
months, and
It
I have.
comes and
This
goes.
is the first time I am hearing of a vampire creature.
never question
consuming people.
You never
Yeah.
question my alien-looking shield?
Thousands of people.
No,
Thousands of them.
I'm usually busy trying
They're
not
held
to
in
die.
they're held in great underground prisons in the dark, and they're taken by thousands to Ghazi to be fed upon. Within his throne room there was just piles of bodies that he was feeding on. Thousands of people.
Well, this makes it substantially worse. Are we sure we even want to do this?
We're in. You're in.
It's
We're
too
in.
late.
Maybe
It's
we
too
should
late.
do something else.
He knows we're enemy number one.
Yeah.
Just give him the thing back.
Well, you guys are welcome to go. This is the fight that we signed up for.
Yeah.
He sounds like an absolutely heinous
He's a monster.
beast of some sort.
So we have some challenges ahead of us. We need to figure out a way to defeat this Ghazi, and which is maybe why we're asking questions about this demon slayer, hunter, killer thing.
The hardest part is getting the realms to understand their little fights between each other doesn't matter. If this guy gets what he wants, we're all gone.
Well, that is a very hard sell when someone is faced with.
We've been dealing with it across the land, but
because what's in front of you sometimes seems as though it's the most important thing.
But if you can get a letter to the Emperor to have him, I'm gonna send out scouts. Or he doesn't even have to devote an entire army.
That's not part of the Empire, but definitely.
If he can send someone out to sort of verify our words, maybe when we do speak to him in person, he'll be more inclined to listen.
Also, our travels are taking us to France to speak.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a beautiful country.
Possibly to the Pope.
Okay.
I know. But I'd imagine that the Emperor has some allegiance with the Pope.
All right. Why do you wish to speak to him?
Well, because we're trying to search for pieces of this weapon so that we can defeat Ghazi.
And the Pope has access to dragon crystals.
Which is apparently a component of this weapon.
What feeds it? It's the power source.
Power source.
I know this is a lot coming from someone who just recently believed this was just
have another drink. I'm going to wave down. I'm going to flag somebody down for.
But I'll tell you what, in our experience over the last couple of years, all these fairy tales, they're real. And they always wind up coming true.
They do. They really do. They really do. I mean, I could tell you, we just met with vampires in, what was the name of the town that we just, before we
Rosenberg?
came in?
Yeah.
In Rosenberg.
Rosenheim.
There's vampires living amongst the people within that community. And luckily, they also have a problem with Ghazi being in power.
Otherwise,
it just tarnishes their name.
Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be standing here right now.
Right. So
these enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So these things, these stories, they're true. They're real. We bear the scars of their truth. We've lost companions. We've
already told him so much that I think I'm just going to show him the necklace and see if he recognizes it at all. We've already pretty much gave him everything, so yeah. I'm going to show him the necklace that Ghazi wants and see if he recognizes this at all in his readings or studying.
His face peels back.
Yeah.
May I?
I want to have done that. I grip my hammer under the table.
Everyone tenses. Everyone tenses.
Everybody at the table just tenses up. Like,
I've seen this before. Not this in this shape and what have you, but I've seen this symbol before. You've heard of the Templars?
Yes.
Yes. There are those who believe that the Templars found something in Arca, in the Holy Land, that somehow gave them power and at the same time turned them from the true cross. And they made them into Gnostics, if you will. And they worshipped, some claim, they worshipped Baphomet, a demon. I don't know if it's true. Others claim they
found... Was it you or Dennis who met him in person?
Dennis.
Yeah, it was...
Met who? You met who?
The demon you're talking about.
One of you met a demon?
Actually, we tried to identify that necklace, and it took us to hell. And we... And we spoke with him.
We all relax a little.
He almost killed us in our dreams.
All of you?
Just the two of us.
Just the two that were connected to it at the time.
Him and our estranged friend.
It nearly killed him. I think it ruined him.
I think it drove him mad and drove him home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know this is a lot.
But you see, these items they exist.
But I assure you, what we say is the
fabulous
truth.
musician.
He was there. Only when he was playing songs about us. He was good.
He wasn't ready for what he was getting into, trying to identify that necklace.
He was fragile. Let's just say. All right.
Well, it sounds. And is this the thing you wish to destroy?
This
Exactly.
is-
It's probably not an easy task.
So from what we gather, the vampires appear to worship this demon. So they have, we don't know who, somebody has made these necklaces to protect them so they can walk amongst us in the sun and not be affected by it. But they are meaningless to anybody else. They don't do anything if you wear it, and as far as we know, they only help the vampires. But they cannot be destroyed, and we are trying to figure out how we can magically destroy this item. Because according to the people we've spoken to, it is not easily recreated. So Ghazi not having it is a big deal to him. He can't get it back. So as long as we own it, we are massive targets to him to retrieve it.
Well, it acts in itself as something that
Yeah,
shows our
we're pretty
location,
sure he
we believe.
uses it to know where we are.
I mean, there are arcane ways of following people even without
Yeah.
items, but yes, items.
But we don't know how much
from-
longer we can defend it, and we'd rather be rid of it, knowing he can't ever get it again. And as far as throwing it deep into the ocean, even then, I'm sure he could retrieve it.
Yes. We've seen his men come after us on flying carpets. We've seen his men appear in forests out of nowhere. There is no. We've seen his men create explosions. It was one of his guys that created an explosion in Constantinople.
I'm assuming the creator of this is either no longer around or whatever group of people who made these things. I'm assuming
Well,
can't
let's
be
talk about the
recreated.
Templars. What year was the Templars?
Recent history.
Yeah, still around.
What are we considering recent history?
Last couple of 100 years.
Yeah.
At the most, yeah. I think.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
The Templars were destroyed just at the beginning of this century. In 1307, they were, Jacques de Molay was burned on the Isle of France. What some call Paris now.
But it's still, just real quick out of game, it's still, there's still active participants of it, right? Because we had that one.
Well,
we had that one bar we went to that was like the Teutonic Templar bar.
Okay. I mean, it was only 13 years ago. So
Yeah.
are there people who, Templars who are perhaps...
Still Templar?
I mean, at the end
It's
of the
just
Civil War...
former
those
Templars.
who,
It's just what you're saying is
they
the
didn't just
most.
disappear.
Right.
You're just saying the people who were in charge.
They all weren't
lost the
rounded
war.
up. And, yeah.
I gotcha.
Well, those that could be rounded up were rounded up.
Right.
Some meld their way into the Teutonic Knights. Some found their way into the Hospitallers. Some found their way into the Knights of Malta. And some just stopped following the cross altogether and took up some of the more mundane existence. But they didn't. I mean, they were disbanded and discredited, and properties and money stolen. But it is believed that Jacques de Molay and all of them were involved somehow with worshipping a demon, and there is reason the Pope himself had reason, or the Pope in Avignon had reason to believe this. He conspicuously died shortly afterward, and interestingly, another Pope has taken his place, who also resides in Avignon. You do know that that Pope is not. Well, it's not that he's not. I guess he is Pope, but there is if you will, an anti-Pope out there, someone who's supposedly trying to usurp his power, if you will.
Okay. I didn't know.
No, but I don't know anything about this.
What?
You know about this?
I might have heard whispers of that back in Venice.
Can you elaborate? I use that word right? Right? Elaborate. Yeah.
That's a big word for you.
You're getting better. You're getting more learned.
Language lessons.
I will not pretend to know a lot about this, but from what I'm told, there are competing factions among the papacy who are contending for papal superiority, if I understand correctly.
Well, that's one way to put it. It's more of a political game going on well above between the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire and the King of France, if you will. Each wanting to have their own pope.
Right.
So that they have, in theory, control of the church, which they really wouldn't have anyway, but, well, in some respects they might.
Is that why the Pope can't go to the Holy City?
Well, that's a very good question. I don't know the answer to that, but he hasn't gone.
Could it have anything to do
Could
with...
be fear for his own safety.
Could it have anything to do with what we're combating here? I mean, is it not possible?
Of course it's possible.
It's just a title. Real Pope or not, he's the one we need to talk to.
Yeah.
He's the one collecting these items that we need.
Well, if he has this stone that you want, I guess. Yes, go ahead.
Which pope faction are you allegiant to?
That's a very good question. That's a very, very, very good question. Between us, I like to keep a low profile. I am the other pope.
Ooh. The Pope of the Emperor.
Yes, but I
Explains
also
a lot.
don't want a knife in my back. So there are those from France who would like to have me killed. If that's reasonable.
Interesting.
So, but I go by Pietro.
I've never met
Yes, well, I've never met a man who's got a cross on his eyes. So, well, cheers to you.
Cheers.
This is interesting news.
Yes.
Well, I try to keep a low profile. I hope I successfully have.
You understand. And
You're not very good at it.
for as long as
Everything about you just strikes as there's more going on here.
Well, I have to come up with a better.
You might want to hide
we
it
see
a
all the
little
nods,
bit better.
and we see all the bows, and we see.
Yes, I try and tell them.
But
not
we
to
are
do
ones that are looking for such
This
things.
is correct. Yeah, this is very true.
Can I time out for a second? Out of game. Pietro would be the Pope from Rome, or the anti-Pope, or
Yeah, he's the
The Holy Roman Emperor gave him a ring. I'm assuming he's with the Holy Roman Emperor.
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, but would he be?
He would be the anti-pope.
That's what I'm trying to get clarified. He's the anti-Pope.
He's
Yeah, but the
anti-pope.
Holy Roman Emperor considers him the Pope.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
They each consider each other the anti-Pope.
I'm trying to remember history. Did the popes flee Rome and go to France?
Well, you can stay. Yeah. Well. Yes. I mean, some call me Nicholas. Nicholas V. But the other pope, the one who currently resides in Avignon, I don't know if he resides in Avignon because he wants to keep the papacy in France, or if there's some other reason why he doesn't go back to Rome.
We heard that he was afraid to go back to Rome.
Right.
I believe that was the.
He might be afraid. I wouldn't be surprised if the emperor has agents in Rome waiting for him to return.
Do you believe that he has allegiance to the Templars?
I don't personally think so, because his predecessor removed the Templars, and it was to the King of France's benefit to remove the Templars. The king owed a great deal of money to the Templars, a huge, huge sum that would have bankrupted the country, and conveniently, the Templars
went out of business,
disavowed, and guess what? Their property was confiscated and any debt to them was
Very convenient.
wiped out. Yes, very convenient indeed. So,
Much to think about.
Yeah, imagine how pleased the Emperor would be if the Emperor's Pope had assisted in destroying Ghazi's great evil.
well, listen. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to feather my cap here, if you will. Right now, I'm trying to keep a low profile, reasonably low profile, so that
We're just asking for just
as
a
the Emperor
reasonable amount of help. Just
well, I mean, I'll be glad to help you to the extent that I can.
Yeah.
I'm just glad. I mean, I've never cared much about titles, but I'm glad to know that your words to the Emperor are going to mean a lot more than what we originally thought.
Well, he wants me to be the only pope. Perhaps I'm a bit of a sucker, if you will. Maybe I'm being played. I don't know. But
I also want to say
How
that
does he expect you to be the only pope?
well, I mean, I think this is something for kings and emperors to battle, if you will. It's not necessarily
always playing their games.
It's not necessarily one on the altar. It's one on perhaps a battlefield somewhere else.
I think it's great that you're living your time amongst the people
Well, thank you.
best you can. You seem to have the respect of many around here.
Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate that.
You can probably
It's
give me
very
back this
kind of
500 gold now.
I still have other things to do. I can cross it off my list for sure, yeah. That was a
We just all start handing money to each other. Damn, you were right.
But you knew I was the pope?
Who had Who had anti-pope?
Completely blindsided.
Yes. Yes.
Honestly, we probably assumed the opposite.
What?
That you were some kind of swindling merchant who has way more money than he's supposed to have.
Or a demon.
Could be.
Oh, yeah, demon.
Could I be a demon? I wouldn't make a very good demon.
He's like whispering into the Emperor's ears, like, I'm the Pope.
No. I wish you luck with Pope John, if you will. He's not a very approachable person,
Yeah.
I'm told.
I don't, at this point, things tend to work out for us, but at this point, I don't even know how we're going to even talk to him. But he's got things we need.
We have a contact.
He's got things we need.
Yeah,
We'll figure it
I'll
out.
find a way.
We do have a contact that supposedly works closely with.
With my sister.
Yeah. It would help if he was here, if we had him.
What if we
Maybe,
had-
maybe not. Actually, maybe not.
What if we have a signed letter from the anti-pope that says,
I mean, I don't think
meet me at the flagpole at 3 o'clock. We'll settle this.
Settle the popes.
We'll settle this.
Battle of the Popes, 2021.
When we get together tomorrow, perhaps let me do some research. I might have some ideas.
Any help would be appreciated.
I'm not sure. It might require a great endeavor on your part.
Well, you saw our map. We're no,
Yes.
we're no strangers.
Yes. And there are pilgrimages to very, very holy places, and there are some
You
of
could
them.
you could tell us to go to Antarctica, and we'll just start walking.
Where is that?
What?
What is that?
Where is Antarctica?
Nobody knows what that is.
Yeah, where is that?
Oh well, that's
There's
the
a
thing. I know.
You know what? Vikings, Norsemen, they.
I know all
they
the
go
cold
these-
places.
Yeah, they go all
You
these
do?
crazy places.
There's a land down south that nobody knows about.
Yeah, it's called Australia.
Well, I'm going to bid you good night for now. And
I don't know. What should I bow or what should I do?
no, please,
I don't know what to do.
please don't. Don't even get up.
the ring.
I'll raise my
Don't even
cup.
Don't get up.
We all start bowing.
Don't get up. Don't get up.
I raise my cup.
You're going to. Don't get me killed yet.
What time of day would it be about now?
It's probably pretty late at night.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
a
okay.
fire burning in the corner.
Okay.
Some of the crowds have gone home. There's a few people sitting around drinking. Not many though.
If so, we'll see.
I'll be
tomorrow.
around. I'll be around tomorrow. I mean, I'll be over at the church. I have to.
Yes, I will. I will join you
the
then.
cathedral.
All right.
And but until tomorrow then.
Until tomorrow.
Good evening.
Tomorrow.
Good night to you all. And with that,
Auf Wiedersehen.
he gets up. he goes over to the young lass. He kisses her, and she kind of like pushes him away. And he drops some coins, extra coins, and then he heads out the door.
Well, this is interesting.
No better way to fight sin than to indulge in the sin and understand it.
I could get that.
One other thing, he had mentioned the spear was part of the Emperor's regalia.
Mm-hmm.
And the man that I go to seek in Kyberg is there studying the regalia.
Ooh.
Spear most likely resides there.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I didn't pick up on that at all.
I don't know that it will just be given to us. However.
No.
Maybe we
We gotta take it. We take it.
We take it.
Sometimes good people must do bad things.
Yes.
You'll learn that.
Yeah.
I know that.
Instead of just words. Instead of
So
just
you have
words.
to take one for the team, Simon. Take one for the team.
Unfortunately,
I have stolen before. I
Yeah.
will steal again.
unfortunately, as much as the stuff you've learned about us and our adventures, that's kind of the situation we find ourselves in.
The waitress has promised to put me in touch with somebody in town that could maybe broker some information and forward our journey.
About what information?
Well, this is what I wanted to speak about. Since this is a lot of this is new to me, what would you like me to inquire about? Obviously, we don't have to inquire about this priest anymore, but do you want me to bring up the names Ghazi and Dragon Crystals? Anything else you want me to bring up, or places we're visiting in the future? What would you like me to inquire about?
I kind of prefer not to bring us up at all.
Yeah.
Right? I'd rather be able to move freely right now without drawing attention to ourselves.
Well, if you want me to save onto the 500 gold until it's useful, I can hold on to it and keep it safe. But if you want me to spend some of it to try to gather some
I
information,
just don't want to draw attention to us.
Okay.
I'm
when we want to be able to
completely
move.
fine with you using it as needed as leverage, but how do we bring that up without drawing too much attention?
And what up?
This is what I'm saying.
Any of what we're doing.
Do you want me to inquire?
No, I don't think we should.
Yeah.
Do you want me to inquire about vampires or undead creatures roaming? Do you
I
want
don't
to-
think we should. I think we should get what we need.
Mysterious events in the recent history.
I just feel like we should get what we need and keep moving, right? I mean, we have an opportunity tomorrow to get a lot of knowledge for Simon and a lot of knowledge for the group. If we draw attention to ourselves right now, we could jeopardize that entirely.
I mean, I guess you can definitely ask. I think it's safe to ask about the demon killer, only because it's just a fairy tale people don't believe in, and we still need 3 parts of it, and we sort of have a lead on 1, but we still need the rest. So if anything
We
comes,
sort of
of
have a
that-
lead on 2 because we know where the crystals are too.
Well, the crystals are like the 4th part. We need
Oh,
them
I
to.
thought that was the considered.
We need
No.
them to give it power,
It
but we
was the
still need the
spear.
parts of the weapon.
It was the spear, and then it was what else was the other part? It was the second part,
A staff.
staff, and then the power source.
Okay. I thought there was like a 3rd part of the weapon.
I just
I think
don't
those-
think that we're
I'm
going to
pretty
get any
sure
more
that was the
information.
three pieces.
We could ask, right? And we kind of have an idea that the
So we know.
Teutons have
So we know the
spear,
power
we thought?
crystals.
Possibly?
The Teutons are gathering
so
magical
Oh,
items
that's right.
and
The
somehow
Teutons-
draining their power. To what extent, when Argrod was not sure, but
Okay.
Yeah. So supposedly the Pope
Wah,
in France
wah, yeah.
might have them. The Teutons are using them and destroying them and like taking their power.
they're destroying whatever magical items they can. But
Yeah.
we don't know why. And
They're like absorbing the power.
yeah, it's basically creating large areas where both magic and the power of gods no longer work, which is something that needs to be dealt
And you're
with.
right,
But
yeah.
I feel uncomfortable dealing with someplace
I'm checking
where
the
my
notes I
magic
wrote
will
down.
work.
You're right. Blade, staff, crystals.
Blade, staff,
Crystal.
And what is our next destination after this?
I think Kyberg is the
Kyberg.
next, and then Avignon afterwards.
I've
I
already
just don't
been
want
doing-
to listen. I just want tomorrow to go smoothly.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's my utmost concern right now. Is that tomorrow goes as smoothly as possible for Simon, for us, for the boat, right?
Yeah.
And then we move on. after we have enough time to rest.
Yeah.
How many days have we been?
This is just day 2.
This is day 2.
Okay. I guess it's all arbitrary. It's just kind of
Yeah. I'm just curious.
fluid.
Yeah. I mean,
the first.
But at some point, Baldur will do his soldier duties, and he'll start setting aside expenses and getting rations set up for our next travel, however far we're going.
Okay.
And I think if anything,
So he's going to get like a
position
shopping
yourself for
list
whispers,
going on and figure
right?
all that
I
out.
would say intelligence gathering as opposed to asking questions, and I would just say maybe position yourself up for whispers.
Yeah.
Or maybe find a soft target so you don't get rusty.
Well, this is what I'm asking.
Some
Whispers.
gold.
I don't want to give away what we're doing, but I need to know what whispers we are.
Find out
Well, I mean,
find out what the big heist in this.
See what
city
people are
is.
talking
Let's go
about.
steal
See what
some
people are
stuff.
talking about.
Understood.
Let's go steal some stuff.
See what people are chatting
With
about.
the local.
There's like old
undercurrents
lady,
are.
Make sure nobody.
old lady Jerry over here has got like
corner right there.
has known to have a ruby this big. She's got the biggest ruby that anyone's ever seen. We're taking it.
I don't know about that.
She
I've seen
uses
some
it as a
big-
doorstop.
I've seen some ladies with some big rubies.
Okay, the rest of the evening passes uneventfully unless you're doing something. The next day, you guys get a good night's rest. The next day, the sun comes up. You can see it beating down through your windows. And downstairs, breakfast is being served. It's included in your tab that you guys have already paid for. And what are you doing?
I will head across to the cathedral.
Okay, you head across to the cathedral.
I'm gonna loiter out front of the cathedral. Like, I'm gonna go with them, but just kind of loiter out. And
March around out front.
Yeah, just hang out.
Okay. Well, you see that the doors are wide open on the cathedral itself, and it looks like there's a mass going on. There's a service going on inside. And if you take a glance, you can see way up at the front there, because there are no pews, everybody's standing on either side in this huge expanse of space, this massive building with these huge granite towers just towering up. In the far, far end of what you would call the nave, you can see Pietro up there, and he's dressed rather regally, if you will, in a white robe with gold trim and a very, very tall mitered type of hat, and he seems to be overseeing a service at the time. There's a couple other priests up there with him, perhaps a deacon or two, and this goes on for a while, and it, much longer than you might think.
All in Latin, I suppose.
Yep, and for the most part, they're facing away from for want of a better word, the audience, if you will, and they're continuing on, and it seems very, very formal, and it seems to take a while.
Sit, stand, kneel, sit, stand, kneel, kneel, sit, stand, kneel, stand, kneel. That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
They need some
Except
catchy
there's no
tunes.
place to sit down.
They need some catchy tunes.
Exactly.
I'll just take it all in as it goes along.
It's actually quite real and quite impressive, with incense being burned, and it goes on for about almost 2 hours, and then it finally comes to an end, and people start trickling out and start migrating out into the city itself and continuing on.
I'll make my way towards the front if Pietro is still towards the
He's
altar.
up there. And he's
The vestments suit you well.
Oh, thank you. You're too kind. He's taking off his mitre and setting it off to the side. You're too kind. Thank you very much. No.
A lovely service.
Oh, well, I greatly appreciate that.
Yes. Well, surely you need some time to
Well, follow me.
refresh yourself. And
Yes. I had some thoughts about your book. Follow me.
Yes.
Are you there alone or?
As far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I was out front.
Yes. He goes into an ante room and then into another room. And he kind of lifts off his vestments. He has clothes on underneath, obviously. And yes.
Oh,
it's not going in that direction.
Hey now.
And he says, "May I take a look at your book again?"
Absolutely.
I've given it some thought. He takes the heavy book, and he takes it and he rests it.
Do you mind if I
Absolutely.
cast some spells upon it?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, very well. He starts to cast some things, and it seems to take a little while. And he says, I can translate some of this for you. It's a very large book, though. I can read the page numbers, and it's written. Even the page numbers themselves are written in an ancient language. It's got almost 2,000 pages to this book.
Yes.
It's very, very old.
I actually spent the time to count the pages because I did not understand much else.
Well,
Anyway, continue.
I'm able to translate some of it a little bit more rapidly than some other, as you would say, arcane. Those with arcane talents just have some ability to decide, because I spent a lot of time in books, perhaps too much time in books.
No such thing. No such thing.
Yes. So, he seems to bear with me a moment. He seems to go through it a bit, and then it takes about, while you're sitting there, almost an hour, and he's mulling it over, and you can see a slight glow over the book as he's doing it, and he seems to be scrolling some information off onto several pieces of paper, and as he's doing it, and he continues to scroll away and scroll away.
I was trying to get the call.
I was able to translate some of it. I can probably finish it all. I don't know if you have some time.
We will be here about a week.
It might take me a couple of days. I don't think it'll take a week, but it might take a couple of days. But here, these pieces of paper.
Hey, sorry, my internet went out.
That's okay.
We got you.
These pieces of paper should give you some idea of what it says. Interestingly, scrawled on the inside of the book, there are a series of, as best I can tell, almost 500 2 to 4 digit random numbers.
Yes.
Separated by spaces. This is what I was able to transcribe so far.
Oh.
Yes, it's a lot. It's very obtuse. It just kind of rambles on.
I will spend time going over this. Thank you.
Yeah. If you leave the book,
I will.
I'll translate
feel
as
secure
much
leaving
more.
it in your possession.
It will take a couple of days, but I'll
Yes.
translate as much as I possibly can. Yeah, and it will be kept in here. Don't worry. And
Okay.
So clearly an old book and quite valuable. I assume to you. It doesn't look like it has any other.
It is. It's. I can feel the power within it.
What?
Its value is.
What is it? The power?
I don't know. It's. I feel that it contains something that will surely enrich one, but it may possess some corrupting power in the end.
Some corrupting power?
Well, with every great gift usually comes a great price.
But it doesn't seem arcane to me. It doesn't seem, but it could. I don't know.
Like I said, your guess is your guess is better than mine. Obviously,
I don't know about that.
I will spend quite a deal of time going over this. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. I don't know what it really tells you. It seems like some ramblings there, but very well. And then I'll see you perhaps, if not at dinner, some other time then.
Indeed.
Very well.
Thank
take
you
care.
very much.
And Aldrich, later that day, sitting. What do you do?
Instead of going to the cathedral, I was just going to maybe the town square or the piazza, maybe to do some people watching.
Okay.
I'll do some people watching with him.
You're with him?
Wander around with him, yeah.
Okay, you're in the town square. There's a large market area right over here. This building itself, it looks like it's built up on, not stilts, but the underside of it is a market underneath with large columns with arches, and then the second floor, if you will, is almost like office space, and then there's another floor on top of that, and then with a tall peaked roof. Underneath, it looks like this is like a an area, a large market area for when the weather is foul, and then spreading all around it, there is a market going on with people selling wares and what have you, and you're just watching as you're looking around, and you see people coming and going, all types of things. You happen to see, roll a perception check with advantage. Or investigation, whichever's better for you.
Perception. 17.
By the way, I can't see you.
Oh. I have to hit that little
Try
circle
it.
again.
Well, you know what? On that note, you are watching the Carpathian Adventure on 7-Sided Die. We're going to take a brief break, and then we will be right back.
Sorry, Ryan.
Magic on his cart.
Welcome back. You're watching the Carpathian Adventure on 7-Sided Die, and we rejoin the
Somewhere
party
parked over here.
in Munich,
I wanna see it. It's
doing
worth
various
stealing.
things. And back at it. Alderic, you're in the middle of the square, and you see, looking across, you see
Steal from the boat. Who's that guy?
Somebody.
Peanuts.
It's me.
Get your hot peanuts. Cold beer, cold beer.
You see what looks like a rope dealer. Somebody selling rope. Happens to be interesting because what? But you see a lot of other things as well.
Just enough to hang yourself.
What are you doing? Just enough to hang yourself.
What is so interesting about the rope deal?
Just happens. This older guy, he's just leaning over, and he's got all different types of ropes hanging off of his cart / wagon / stall. All different types of ropes.
I'll make eye contact with him and see if he acknowledges me.
You got it.
Yes, are you looking for a rope?
What are the differences of these ropes?
You wander over to the cart.
Yes.
Are you there alone?
I'm there. I'm walking around.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Okay.
I have two
bodyguards.
Yep, 2 groups.
We did lose rope. Remember, we did lose our rope.
Don't you think you need a bodyguard from me? You look like a man in need of a rope.
Rope is always good to have.
Yes.
Is this quality rope?
Well, it depends on how much money you're willing to spend. Where did you lose your rope?
We were climbing, rock climbing.
Don't mean to pry. Don't be so evasive.
Where else would one lose rope?
I don't know.
Spelunking.
Spelunk.
If you want to know, the vampires took it from us.
Vampire?
They actually didn't take it from us. We actually left it behind because we forgot to go back and reclaim it.
Are you saying
Same
that?
thing.
Yeah.
That's the same thing as them stealing it from us.
Like he confirms the vampires have it, but he was like,
So we're going in that direction.
we kind of left it for this.
It's like they're vampires, but they're not thieves.
They didn't steal it. Yeah.
Vampires stole your... I don't think vampires stole your rope.
Well, they didn't steal it, but we did not retrieve it.
Yeah, you left it behind.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
left it for them.
Yeah, you should have went back and gotten it.
My mistake. I was kind
Very
of
unfrugal.
soiled my pants. My first experience with the vampires. Pardon.
Either way, what kind of rope do you have that will...
Moving on.
What kind of rope do you have that'll hold up people like us?
Yeah.
Oh, I have hemp rope. I have silk rope. I have rope made from hair. I have rope made from all sorts of things.
That's creepy.
Yes, sometimes.
You've named the things. What's the other things?
Creatures.
What is your finest rope?
My finest rope.
Laced with gold.
My finest rope. My finest rope is very, 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 very fine. Yes. I don't have it here, but I can...
Does it have any special properties?
Some ropes do. Yes. Yes, indeed.
I might be interested in such a item.
Why?
It's always good to have good rope.
Okay.
Listen, he's a connoisseur of rope. He needs all types.
Yeah.
Some of it's personal, some of it's professional.
Although I'm kind of intrigued now. The special rope. You might be a very good salesman.
It's just a rope dealer. Why is there so much tension? Why is there so tension?
It's just rope.
While they're talking, I'm going to take out my book of knots and look at some of the pages and try practice some knots on the rope that's in the stall.
Ah, he's got some very good ropes. He's got different colored silk ropes. He has some hemp rope, which is quite heavy.
Heavy?
Very, very, very strong.
It's nice.
Slipknot.
I'll be over
like
there
that.
pointing to this.
That's one of my favorite German bands.
So as for your ropes,
Yes. Yes. What type of rope are you looking for?
I'm looking for a sturdy rope. Something useful and valuable, perhaps. One can never have enough quality rope.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Well, if you're looking, let me show you this.
And he lays out some silk. He has a red silk rope, and he lays out a blue silk rope, and he lays out a green silk rope.
You look like very discerning individuals.
Well, absolutely.
I just need 50 feet of rope to replace the 50 feet of rope
I don't know what's going on
that
here.
he left behind. So,
Oh, you wanted 50 feet of hemp rope or 50 feet of regular silk rope or just
this,
50 feet of twine?
What holds more weight?
Yeah, what would hold me?
Well, the hemp rope would probably hold a little bit more. I mean, maybe the silk rope would be better for you.
Okay, how much is the silk rope?
For you, 100 gold for the silver rope. You look like a discerning.
For me?
100 gold.
Are you saying it's less for someone other than me?
Oh no! Please I can take offense.
Born's fingering his axe again.
No,
Just playing with the hammer.
No, no, no. No, not at all.
How much is the hemp rope?
A hemp rope? Oh, it's significantly less expensive, but it's only made out of plants and what have you. Hemp rope, 2 gold for 50 feet.
Yeah, I'll buy hemp rope.
Okay, very well.
2 gold.
It goes with his outfit.
Just throw it on the table.
Very well. Thank you very much.
I just need 50 feet of rope that we left behind.
You have 50 feet of rope. It's a very good hemp rope. You're not going to find a better hemp rope in all of Bavaria.
Well, I can find better rope, but it's
Really?
under a mountain in Bavaria.
Mountain. That sounds intriguing.
I told you I was spelunking. I mean,
Oh, that's right, you did say that. It took me a moment to process the word spelunking. It's a very big word for a merchant like
I heard someone say it one time. I don't really know what it means, to be honest with you.
Yes, is spelunked a word? Anyway.
I have no idea.
I spelunked.
Yeah.
Spelunked?
I once went spelunking.
We go spelunking? Yes.
I spelunk, you spelunk.
And do you
We
need
all
a rope?
spelunk.
I'm good.
Okay, and do you need a rope?
I'm interested in rope.
Ah, okay.
If it's, again, a quality rope.
Well, I have more, greater quality rope that I can bring by later if you tell me where you're staying.
I'm at the,
Inn?
Yeah.
the Prancing Pony, I guess that was.
Yes, the rose.
That's the rose. Yes.
Very well. Yes,
Bring your most
indeed.
expensive stuff.
Very well. Very
Ask
well.
for the big shots.
Okay, very well. I will do so. Then you have a good day then.
Very well.
You can, yes.
You guys are very strange. You guys have this weirdest
Do you want
conversation.
such expensive rope?
Yeah.
It's personal. Okay.
Okay.
Chicks need good rope.
Rope of asphyxiation.
That was a really weird rope dealer.
He was really weird. I just wanted.
No, he's pretty normal for a rope dealer. Yeah. Pretty on the level.
I'm looking for a snack. Are there any food stands?
Yeah, there's food stands.
I have
like a hunk of
Right on a stick.
It's more like a hunk of meat on a
Yeah.
on a bone.
Nah, there's a big. You can find somebody with giant turkey legs.
Yeah.
It's just.
I'll take 2.
Just dripping with.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Sauce, gravy.
I guess me and
Yeah.
I would assume
Yeah.
me and Simon are on the lookout for the shop that the Pope told us about.
Oh,
The
okay.
anti-Pope.
And bread. I'm looking for bread too.
You find a bread shop.
Yeah, bread. Stick in my pack.
Bread,
It's for
yeah.
us.
He's over here making a whole sandwich.
Yeah. Turkey leg sandwich.
10 silver, and you've got 2 turkey legs and as much bread as you
Cheap
can
with the rope, but he spends gold on turkey legs and
It's
bread.
only 10 silver.
You know why?
Give me
Look at
10
these.
gold worth
Look
of
at
turkey.
these.
That's
You see these right here? You gotta fuel that.
100 gold for a rope. I mean, jeez. I'd hate to see what he's going to bring
Does
us
it
later.
climb for you? Does it climb you up the rope?
That's what we're hoping
There are
for.
ropes that do that.
That's what we're hoping for.
There's ropes that do
Inchworm.
that?
Inchworm rope.
Where is this? Where's these? Have you ever seen these ropes?
I have heard.
You've heard?
I've heard tales.
I've never heard of such ropes.
Okay, so you wander around through the town, and eventually you see this one building that
Batman's
has
grappling hook.
a large potion bottle hanging from in front of it.
That's the place. I think that's it.
And it says in Thorsten's Tranka und Versandan Vorat in front of it, which you speak.
I speak German.
Deutsch.
And read it.
It says Thorsten's Potion and Sundry Supplies.
All right. It's like a candy store. It's just got all those, like, help yourself with the scoop. Just all kinds of weird materials.
You walk inside, instantly you recognize just all different types of spell components in bins, and the more expensive ones are behind the shelves and so forth. You can see behind a cabinet that's locked. It looks like there are diamonds in there.
Oh, I'm gonna pull out my kit and start taking inventory and see what I need to refill.
Okay. And while you're going through your inventory and pulling out your kit, gentleman comes around.
Hey, I'm Thorsten Tranker. What can I help you with? You look like you're of the arcane sort. I'm not so sure about yourself, but I've been wrong about people before.
I'm learning.
Very well.
He finds his magic in disturbing ways.
Disturbing ways. Well, we cater to all types.
Yes.
You'd be surprised the potions you can come up with when you have no idea what you're doing.
Oh, really? You're a potion maker as well.
Would you like your hair dyed?
Oh, you've made a
Forever.
hair
It never changes back. It's permanent.
Yes. and how does one?
No matter how much your hair grows, it's forever that color.
Is this a potion that one consumes, or?
Actually, surprisingly enough, it is a suppository.
A suppository. Interesting indeed. How many of these do you have?
I have one.
What? Are you looking to sell it, or what? Are you...
Sure, I'll sell it. I have no need for it.
He'll help you take it too.
So,
what color is it?
Does the individual
Turns your hair red.
Is red? I think I might have a customer who would be very interested in that.
All right.
And so, just to clarify, the suppository up the backside, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, very well.
Just make sure they know it is permanent.
It is permanent. So, with this, and do you have any credentials that makes you a licensed potion maker?
I have this whole kit right here.
Oh.
Will the drapes match the carpet?
Yes, that was my next question.
I would imagine yes.
Yeah.
If it's a suppository, I think it affects everything.
That. Wow. Fascinating. Wow. I think I do. What are you looking for it?
What does something like this normally cost?
Well, I mean, I do have to resell it, mind you, to my customers. So, it's not something incredibly powerful. I'll give you. Would you? Please don't take offended by my offer. Would you take 100 gold?
Sure, I'll take 200.
200. Double it. I think I'd be hard pressed to sell it for 200.
Well, you said you already had a customer.
Something you're interested in.
Yeah, let's look around. Maybe we can trade.
Well, yes, indeed.
Since you already have a customer for it, it should be an easy move.
I think I do. Yes. I mean, it's an older lady, but she tends to be very outgoing, shall we say.
Red
No
is
more
popular.
grays.
Yeah, no more grays.
No more grays.
There you go. There you go. To the end of your days.
Yeah.
I also have many other strange potions.
Would you happen to have any magical scrolls for sale?
I might. Which ones are you looking for in particular?
Oh,
it's a selection.
Like all of them.
Like at least.
Is that an appropriate answer?
At least all.
Yeah, let me see what I have. Magical scroll.
I'm gonna show up and look over Zyman's shoulder, like towering over with 2 turkey legs. What are you looking at?
Dripping grease
on
on me.
Oh yeah. What's that right there? What is that? And hold the big pointing with the turkey leg. What's that thing over there do?
What is it?
I am looking for spells that may perhaps assist me defensively, or something that I may be able to use to aid all my allies at once. Anything that will further my...
You should get one that makes food.
Yeah.
Be good. That'd be useful.
You only have 2 hands. You cannot hold any more turkey as it is.
But eventually these will run out.
Sorry, say that again, please. What are you looking for?
I'm looking primarily for defensive spells for myself, and...
What do you consider a defensive spell?
I have heard of a spell that creates multiple images of oneself. Mirror images that would disorientate a enemy that wouldn't know which one to focus on. I've also heard of a spell that allows you to instantaneously step through vapors from one point to another to get away from danger.
Well, if you're talking about mirror image, I think I'm. Let me look. He goes rummaging in the back. And, yes, I do have 2 scrolls of mirror image.
Oh, we'll take one of those.
They would be 200 gold.
Okay.
Take them both.
I only need 1 to memorize it.
Oh, is that how that
To
works?
transcribe it into
Isn't that
my
plagiarism?
I thought you have to use the scroll. When it goes
Well,
away.
I think it's an accepted practice.
Oh, that's how that works.
If you would give me the formula for that
suppository. I'll pay. That would be worth 200 gold to me. With the suppository.
I could do that.
Yeah, very well.
I could definitely share the recipe for that.
Yeah, very well. He packages up the scroll and hands it to you. And do you pay him?
Well, I thought he was going to give me...
So this is a quid pro quo. Very well. Yes, it's very fair. And so if I could get the suppository...
I'll hand him a little sheet that I'll just write down the recipe on, and it's black leaves found in the Alps. At the base of the mountains. At the base of the mountains.
And from the base of the mountains.
And red berries.
And red berries. Any particular kind of berries?
As far as I know, I've tried a few. They seem to all work. It's just just to get the color.
Oh, so the color.
Very. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's yellow berries, then you'd have yellow hair.
And then it gets mixed with a herbal tea for 4 hours under moonlight.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much. Yes. Now, if we change the berry color, would it change the color itself?
I'd imagine. It could
Blueberries.
also kill them.
No, I don't think I'd be in business that long if I do that. No. Well, thank you very much. I don't have if you're talking about Misty Step, I don't have that one right now.
That is okay.
Is there anything else you're looking for? Defensive is such a relative term.
Yes, very true.
Some think of them as rather utilitarian. Some of them, I guess, mirror image might be a defensive spell. Yes, indeed.
What if something to make you like tougher, like bigger or stronger, or maybe like I don't know.
You and Baldur are
But
big and
like,
tough for all
What
of us.
if you one that makes you make things bigger or smaller, maybe, or something like that?
Like a spell of enlarge?
Maybe.
I could enlarge you and make you even bigger and tougher.
I don't know if that's possible, but yeah, sure.
Anything is possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a spell of stone skin, if that's what you're looking for. It's not inexpensive, but it also requires diamond dust, which I do have available.
Can we afford that?
How much was it?
The stone skin would be 800 gold. And then the diamond dust, however much diamond dust you wanted on top of it.
We have diamonds though, don't we?
Yeah, it's consumed each time. I don't
But
know
we
that.
have diamonds.
I don't
We
know
make
that.
diamond dust with.
Well, I guess we could.
Stone skin is pretty useful for him.
I know that's yeah. Well, somebody's got 500 gold.
I feel like it's a good investment.
Okay.
Put your 500 gold in.
Because you need something to get your armor class up, right?
Sure thing. Whatever. I'll take anything.
Sure.
Very well. And he gets out the scroll. You pay him 800. And how much do you want? If you want diamond dust, how much diamonds?
Do you have diamonds?
I have diamonds, but
we can make the dust out of our own diamonds, right?
How much diamond dust do you need to do it?
Oh, I don't. It's a little bit
It
each time.
consumes 100 gold pieces worth of diamond dust each time.
That's a lot.
Yes, it's not cheap. But what's your skin worth?
What does it do to your skin? How much stronger does it make your skin?
Let's find out, shall we?
It makes your skin as hard as stone, and it gives you resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. So effectively, if you get hit, slashed, or bashed, you'd be like maybe taking only half damage. Gosh forbid you.
For around an hour of time.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So about 500 gold of diamond dust.
500 gold of diamond dust. Very well. Let me package that up for you. And he goes over and he packages it up. And he goes, and I have a whole bunch of potions too. I mean, I have healing, greater healing, superior healing.
I'll take some healing.
Yeah,
we have all healing potions.
What about I gander for this fantastic potion of love?
You have a potion of love. Those are very much in desire. I would give you 50 gold for it.
Does that sound good?
Partner it with a potion that makes one more virile for.
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Makes one more virile.
Be
for
rocking
a
and
couple
rolling.
hours.
You have a potion that make someone more virile?
I came up with the formula myself.
And what exactly does it do?
Exactly that.
I think it's similar to stone skin, but very specific to a certain
part of the urban anatomy.
Yes.
Yes.
It increases their makes one more virile for 2 hours and increases their duration for specifically 89 minutes.
89 minutes. Oh, the poor soul who's on the other side of the receiving end of that. Yes.
It's a good date night.
Oh.
Mixed with the love potion. Wow.
Wow. I mean, for the two of those, I mean, I'll give you 200 gold for the two combined. Is that reasonable?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Oh, very well.
I'm interested in some of those healing potions you have. What are
yes.
the price ranges on some of those?
Some of the regular healing potions are 100 gold apiece. I have a greater healing for 300. I have a superior healing for 900, and if you really want a supreme, it's 2,700.
Gold?
Yes, gold.
I don't even have enough gold for a healing
Are we
potion.
still talking in gold right now?
I don't even have enough for one healing potion. So
yeah.
I love how Blunt is still using just his own gold, but we're all using your gold. Like,
don't tell him
about it.
I'm over here writing checks. And
He's like, I don't have enough.
I don't.
You're like,
How much
okay,
definitely
I
need
got
healing
any more bags.
How much were the healing potions?
Potion healing 100 gold.
Yeah.
How much was the other one? The better one?
The better one, 300 for greater healing.
All right. So we'll do 2 graders. We'll do 5 regular.
5 regular healings. And
So we have it.
5 regular healings and
It helps.
2 greater healings. Well, I hope you come back more often. You've made my day, sir. And plus, you brought in some interesting items that I'm sure
they'll bring customers to your shop.
We don't come across.
You can put them in your window and lure people in.
There you go. How many greater healings did you say?
2.
2
and 5.
Very
And
well.
5
So
regulars,
that'll
right?
be 6 and
So
5,
11.
1,100 gold. Correct?
Yes.
I have a question. I have a question.
Outstanding.
When I had my eye, remember we had some other issues from those cards? Was it greater or was it superior?
I think superior did yours and greater did his.
Oh, wow.
Because yours was worse. They're definitely.
Yeah, but they also don't happen that often, but the graders will be needed.
Yeah, they happen though.
What?
Yeah, no.
One more question for you, sir.
Yes, indeed.
I believe it may be out of your realm of expertise,
Thanks,
but
Ryan.
perhaps you know somebody in town.
Thanks, Balder.
I am in possession of this broken spyglass, and I'm looking for somebody to repair it.
That's good.
Would there be somebody in town that would be able to do such a thing?
Yes, indeed. Yes, if you go just back out to the main square and off to the closer to the cathedral itself, you'll see Carpathia, and a nice lady there. She does repairs on porcelain and other pieces of glass. She might be able to help you out.
Fabulous, thank you very
Yes,
much.
indeed. No, is there anything else I can do for you? Do you have anything else you want to part with?
Unless you know somebody who wants blue skin. That was almost a big accident with that one.
Hey, red hair, blue skin.
Tell me more.
It's like Mystique.
Is it permanent or?
It is permanent.
That's a tougher one.
Maybe an albino frost giant.
What is the venue that one turns oneself blue?
Don't know.
Oh, you don't. How does one consume it? Or,
or
apply it? Or
it is. Oh, just simply you just drink this liquid.
Oh, it's a drink.
Yeah.
You turn blue.
And they turn blue permanently.
Forever.
The skin.
Yes.
The hair as well, or just?
Just their skin.
It's a bit of an odd one. I would give you 50 gold for it, just a curiosity.
I think I'll hold on to it.
Yeah, very well.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's
We could
very...
tag somebody we don't like with it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Much
yeah.
better to keep that one.
I mean, I maybe 75 if you want to.
No, I think I'll keep it.
Okay, very well. Very well. It was a pleasure doing business with you. Good luck with glass
Thank
of
you.
Pietro.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed. Come back.
I think I need more of these turkey legs. These are really good.
Okay, we will hit the stand on the
On the
way
way back. Can we
on the
stop
way
by
to,
this?
on the
Okay,
way to
thank
the
you.
other store. Yes.
Yeah. We can just go the long way.
Much.
Yeah. Stop off and grab a couple more turkey legs.
Okay. The rest of the day, do you guys do anything else in particular?
I'll head over to that store and ask.
Okay, you eventually find the store. There's
I didn't know. I thought we were at the store.
an
That's a
overlay,
different store.
You go inside. There's all different types of pieces of glass that look like they've been clearly repaired. Some of them still have the brake lines in it with what looks like gold filigree in between the brake lines, and others have been completely repaired, but you wouldn't even know that they were broken. You just got all different types of things about.
It's just, yes, what can I help you with?
Madame, I have a request of you, and I pull out the spyglass. I found this piece abandoned and broken. Do you think you would be able to take a look and perhaps repair its lenses?
Of course I could do so. Yes, very, very easily. Hang on one moment. Let me just look up. How quickly do you need it by?
Oh, I'll be in town another 5 days approximately.
Oh, yes, well, that's way more than enough time. Yeah, I mean, I could, it's just a clean break, yes. I could 25 gold and be ready probably tomorrow.
Fair enough, it is a deal.
Yes, very well, very well. Just leave it with me, and
Yes.
I'll make sure it's taken care of.
Leave it on the counter. Head back.
I've departed the group. I didn't go into that store. I'm still just milling around the town now.
Okay. Are you looking to do anything in particular?
No, I'm just really taking in the sights and trying to observe what I can.
Looking
Okay.
for open pockets?
Possibly.
You just want him to steal. You're egging him on the whole
Is there,
game.
is there
a roguey thing?
Is there a seedy side of town? Maybe a
Probably outside the walls. Yeah. I mean, this is just representative
Right, sure.
of the town, if you will.
like the docks, that type of area. I know it might
I
be,
mean, there
might not be
there is a river
Uh-huh.
over there, and there are docks along the river, and there are river boats, and that's the
unsavory quarter.
To the extent that it could be unsavory, yes, probably right outside the walls.
Yeah, I'm heading that way.
Okay, you meander on outside the walls. Eventually, you come down. You can see the docks. There's barges on the river itself being loaded and unloaded with all different types of stuff. You can clearly make out that there's large casks of salt also being put onto boats and to be shipped probably farther inland. It looks like a lot of it comes from Salzburg itself. And this is kind of a way station.
You guys are familiar with Salzburg, right?
A little bit. Did we remember where the Pope or Pietro took his cart, his wagon, or anything?
He took it to the cathedral, and behind the cathedral, actually.
Yeah. I just want to. I'm gonna get him a replacement wheel, and maybe something to help him fix his.
A spare wheel?
Well, no, we used the spare.
Well, yeah, a replacement spare wheel.
Yeah, a replacement for a
wheel.
spare wheel, and maybe something that he could use in order to prop it up, so that if he runs into trouble again, he can.
Oh, okay.
As a thank you for.
I will join you.
Like a jack?
Yeah, some sort of I don't know if they. Obviously, they don't have hydraulic.
Jack,
winch.
But
I'll just
yeah,
pick up my giant
something.
bag of gold. I guess I'm going too.
You want an Archimedean screw?
So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somewhere.
Okay, you find it. This is a huge market. It's got all kinds of wares. You eventually find a woodworker
Yes, I have many wheels.
I have wheels of silk and wheels.
We got up, we got merch.
I want to hire a guy to
No, I just want a wheel. Give me a wheel.
Let's hire a guy to pinstripe his cart.
Flames on it.
Hot rod.
Yeah.
Shiny cross.
You eventually find somebody. Yep, no problem. He's got several wheels. He's got a cart there, and he's got wheels loaded on the back of them.
Just says.
Yeah. What can I help you with?
I want a replacement.
Just says Pope
wheel.
1322.
How big?
For a carriage.
How big?
Oh, like show him like how big I think it is.
Okay. I mean, they come in different sizes.
You know who Pietro is?
Pietro for Pope.
I think so.
1322.
Yeah, he had some trouble with his cart, and I just want to replace the wheel for his. I don't know if maybe you've ever come across him before.
I think he's got 22s on his
22s,
wagon.
yeah.
22 inch. No pressure.
Yeah, and just something that to help on his travels where he could jack the cart up if he has another wheel problem. And
Jack, that's an interesting idea. Never thought of that.
like some sort of a lever system you put in and you pull it out.
Just invented the jack.
But very compact.
Yeah, very
He
small.
just
Maybe
draws,
it folds up.
he just draws it out.
Yeah.
That's very creative.
But it looks like a Flintstones, like a triangle with like a seesaw looking thing on it.
I could probably make that if you, or the blacksmith could make one.
Okay.
The wheel, you should. Pietro, he's one of the priests, right?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, we can.
Okay.
We can run a wheel over to him. You want to take it over yourself, or?
Yeah, I'll take it over myself.
Here, take this one. 5 gold.
You have a gold.
He rolls it off.
I just pick it up with one hand.
All
Put it on my
right.
back.
If it doesn't fit right, let me know and
Okay.
we'll replace it. Just
Thank
don't
you.
bring it back broken.
You think I should go to the blacksmith?
He and I work together. He does
Classic.
the metal work on my
We
wheels.
return the broken wheel. This wheel
Yeah.
sucked.
What a piece of crap.
I'll come back tomorrow morning. I'll let you know what he comes up with.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yes, indeed. Okay, you're down at the docks or in the seedy part of town, meandering around. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Suspicious activity or easy marks?
Roll a perception check.
That guy right there. That's
Yep.
your mark.
Can you kill him?
22.
Just take aim.
He's distracted by singing.
Okay. You see a merchant over near the docks. He's got a purse hanging off of his belt at the moment, and you're just kind of eyeballing it, and you can see it kind of dangling there. It's off to the right-hand side of him. He's working on loading and unloading some stuff. What are you doing?
That's it.
Can you silence him?
I'll walk past him and sort of brush up against him.
Are you trying to move in any particular way? Like
classic. Bump into him, pat him on the back.
Oh, sorry.
Just do it, man. Go for it.
Got
Do
it.
it. Just go for it.
No, not gonna. Just a purposeful stride. Nonchalantly.
Pull at one string, undoes it.
Maybe
Pulls the wrong string, his pants fall down.
Maybe
to his ankles, he trips and falls.
do the accidental bump into, perhaps?
roll a sleight of hand.
Are you trying to pickpocket? Is that what you're trying to do?
24.
24. Hang on a second.
He's gonna get like 15 copper. Meanwhile, he has a bag of 500 gold on his head.
It's not the point.
Oh, it's not the
I
point.
gotta hone those skills, baby.
Yeah, you can't get rusty.
Because the dice gets dusty. It gets
You're going
rusty.
up past him.
Every time he
and
walks past somebody, he pretends to stab him. Yeah, I still got it.
Yeah, I still got it.
You get right up next to him, and you almost feel like you feel at that moment like you could continue, but there's a chance you're going to get caught.
In my knowledge,
The red marks above his
people
head.
who wear it out in the open, right, are confident enough to wear it out in the open. That's my, you know what I mean?
Easy marks.
Mm-hmm. You're only an easy mark on.
No, it's been a while. I'm gonna go for it.
Okay, roll another sleight of hand check.
And then roll initiative.
And that'll be 16.
16. He turns and goes, "What are you doing?"
Oh, pardon me. I didn't realize.
Roll. You say, "Pardon me." What are you doing?
I must have stumbled upon you. Pardon. 1,000 pardons.
Roll a persuasion check.
I noticed this coin purse was loose, and I was
13. He calls his buddies over. "Hey, this guy's trying to pickpocket me."
Who, me?
Yeah, you. You're just trying to bump into me. I felt you rubbing up against me.
Don't flatter yourself.
Roll a persuasion check.
19.
19. Okay, then get out of here.
Oh, he just let you off so easy. Get out of here. You should have to roll 3 persuasion checks for that one. There's 3 as his buddies.
Moving on.
Okay, so you continue to skulk around. People are watching you now. You see people watching
another town
this
we're
guy.
never welcome back.
Well, we're not with him, so
We're chased out with pitchforks. And
Okay, so where do you go? Do you meander back into town? Do you stay down here for a while?
Yeah, I'm slinking away from this area since people have looked at me. So.
Okay. So you slink someplace else. The rest of you, do you eventually migrate your way back to the tavern?
I suppose so. There's not much else for us.
I'm hanging out in front by the front gate by the guards. I'm just like eating my turkey legs. You guys see a lot of action out here?
Not really.
Honestly, my internet is spotty enough that I'm having trouble keeping track of what's going on.
Nothing really is really going on. We're shopping. Yeah, we're basically shopping. We're talking.
anything you need to buy?
Nothing I can think of off the top of my head.
Want a new lance?
Some polish.
Spurs.
Nope, got that covered.
Armor polish.
Sand and oil.
You want one of those pine air freshener things that you can put inside your armor? You want one of those?
His armor doesn't smell anymore.
That's true, yeah. But he hasn't done that yet.
Barbarossa.
But he hasn't done it.
What? No, he still wears it all the time.
Yeah. He hasn't.
I think that this is just basically a meme at this point. You know that you have to know that in reality he doesn't actually wear it all the time.
I don't know that.
All the time.
Nor do I.
Don't
say that because
we're so unaware that we gave you a magical spell.
You know, Tom is one day we're going to get into a fight in the middle of the night and Tom's going to say, "Do you have your armor on?" He's going to do it now.
We did that once on a boat.
Yeah.
Well, that was for a different reason.
That was so that you didn't sink, I think.
Yes.
You wanted to know if you were going to drown.
Or if you do sink.
I struggled with that decision. I'm like, would have
just on a
taken it
boat.
off?
I remember that one.
Maybe.
I don't think you did. Though.
No, I don't think I did.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just fraternizing with
So you're
guards and
hanging
stuff.
out with the guards, chewing away at your turkey leg. The sun starts to go down.
This is boring. I'm going to go to the
Okay.
tavern.
You head on back to the tavern.
I will.
The rope dealer stops and sees you on the way back.
Well, I have that rope if you'd like to see it.
Very much, very much.
Yes, let me show it to you.
And he pulls it out.
And he goes, you were looking for someone from a special organization in town, I understand. Well, what are you looking for?
Information. Information regarding the Teutons.
What do you want to know about the Teutons in town?
Activities.
I mean, they're very far away.
Perhaps their understanding or involvement with dragon crystals.
Well, there's another inn. It's called the Hofbrau House. Meet me there later. Don't bring a gang of people, if you will.
Don't bring that guy.
Looking for information on who that guy is that's yelling.
Your
Kill him in his
name's?
sleep.
What can I call you?
Call me Diamond.
Rope guy.
Ropey.
The rope guy.
What was this fancy rope? I gotta know.
I think it was Aldrich with the rope in the tavern.
It's really like a lightweight Cordero rope. It's great for climbing.
Yeah.
Little stretch. It's
little tiny bit of stretch, not too much stretch.
Great.
If it gets wet, it's crap.
Very well.
Yes.
Alone.
If you wish to discuss anything, yes.
Very well.
Very well. You have a pleasant evening.
As you too, Diamond.
And he departs. He sort of skulks off into the crowd. Okay, the rest of you venture back toward the tavern. Yes, no, you're up in your room. Pietro comes back in. He's got two young ladies on his arms. And he's telling them tales. Oh, and there I was, knee deep in grenade pins. And the enemies to my right, left, and they're just hanging on to him. And eventually he said, hey, listen, you two, have a pleasant evening. Let me go join my friends over here. How are you doing?
Good.
Yes.
Enjoying the city.
Dinner and drinks, please. Oh, let me join you. Shut that guy up outside, somebody, please.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All night long.
threw a rock
Barely
at him.
slept last night. He kept yelling.
Someone throw a rock at him.
Yes. Indeed. Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
there
sorry
you go.
about that. Excuse me.
Hey, what size rims do you roll around on? Just
Size rims? 22.
22. Okay, good.
Perfect.
That's a very odd question to ask. What size rims do you roll around on? You're not asking those young ladies.
Very specific if you think about
Yes,
it.
it is very specific. What size rim
do you roll around on?
I get it. Oh, very well. He says, where's your friend Simon? Is he around by chance?
He's up in his room.
Oh, very well.
We can send someone to get him.
Well, it's up to him. I had a little more thoughts on his book.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd want to talk to you.
Send somebody for him.
I'm just gonna yell. I'm just gonna yell really loud.
We'll get that guy.
Simon! Get down here! Like your mother calling for dinner.
He didn't say witches. That's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Witches! I'll close my books and my papers up. Meander back downstairs.
It's a good thing he came right away. I was gonna blow the horn.
Clear the place out.
Yeah.
Hearing the raucous yell of Lorinth, I will head downstairs.
How are you?
Fabulous.
I've given a bit more thought to your book.
Okay.
I think, the numbers.
Yes.
I think they're a code.
I believe so as well, yes.
I don't quite know what the code is or what it means, but I think it's a code of sorts. I think there's some sequence that must represent, for example, a line or a word on a page, and a page, and perhaps a page number, if you will. Or it could
throughout
be
the book, too.
Page number, then a line, and then a word. So I mean, it would take some work to go back and forth between them to actually figure out what that sequence is.
I understand what you are saying. The numbers point to a hidden message within them.
I think they do. That would be my
Perhaps.
impression. Because of the way they're kind of broken up.
Yes.
In terms of the sequence of the numbers. I mean, some larger numbers clearly seem to indicate like a page number. But, I mean, it's written in an ancient language, even the page numbers are. But so the larger numbers appear to perhaps be page numbers, but then the other ones, it's kind of hard to tell. Are they
Words,
lines
paragraphs.
Yes. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I look forward to.
You said you were going to Kaiba. Why were you going there?
I was told by a friend that there's a a man in Kyberg by the name of Benzo de Alessandro that may be able to help me further in my research.
I don't know that name, but perhaps. Is he a scholar of sorts?
I was told that he is currently in Kyberg studying the Emperor's coronation regalia.
Oh, what we were talking about before. Interesting.
Quite a coincidence, yes. He is a scholar of some sorts. I do not necessarily know his expertise. I was told, if you can believe it, to search him out by a dragon that we met.
By a dragon?
Yes. I am as surprised as you
Well,
are.
I would think that would be a pretty good reference. If the dragon sent you, I think somebody would say
It would seem to be, and I have set myself to find him, and we have had many detours in the time since I have gained that information. But
we're almost there.
We are almost there.
Interesting. Well, that's all I can know. I hope Benzo de Sandrio, you said?
My Italian is horrible. I believe that is how you pronounce his last name.
Well, I hope Benzo de Sandrio can help you out. Very well.
I do too. Thank you for all you have done.
The court mage or something there.
Perhaps.
Something like that. Oh, very well. Either way. Drinks then. To more drinks. Send me some more drinks. So, what do you do, Alderic?
I am going to slip out at the appropriate time and head over to the Hofbrauer house. I'm gonna just let the guys know I'm going to meet with someone.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink, nod, nod. Yes.
All right.
Listen, I'm just going to make myself a glass of water right now. Yeah, you're going to the Hofbrau house, are you?
Mm-hmm.
If I had more magic, I'd go with you.
Do you want anyone to accompany you?
I think it's best if I go alone this time.
All right. I'll give you, just in case, I'll give you my raven.
A raven? Interesting.
Let it know to come back if anything goes wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
He's not going to do anything on my shoulders.
No,
is
he'll
he?
be fine.
Okay.
He's not real.
Okay.
He's not
Seems
real.
real enough to me.
I mean, he's real.
Well, it's a fae or whatever. I don't think he uses. I don't think he uses the bathroom, and he doesn't need to eat.
Okay. So you go over.
At least I have never fed him.
Diamant is there. He motions you over. Hey. So, you want to know about Teutons?
Indeed.
Well, the Teutons are way to the north. And he's speaking to you in Thieves' Cant. They're way to the north. They're, for some reason, gathering magic items and magic and things like that, and they're destroying them. That's what we know. And
My companions have learned as much.
so, I don't know what more I can tell you. I mean, this area is spreading out from the vicinity of Marienburg and Königsberg, and becoming more and more, I don't know if the right term is demagicked, from that location. The closer one gets to it, the less powerful magic is.
Do you know who leads the Teutons?
That's a terrible place.
Who leads them? No, I don't. What part of the organization are you from?
I'm from Venice.
We did not recognize you. We did check on you. But obviously you speak the language.
Yes, my mother was from these parts.
Was she? Who was your mother?
She's passed on since then. Her name was
too emotional.
It's hard, I know. Memories.
Oh.
Mama.
She's mother to me. No, shoot. Oh.
Your name is known, though, in our organization. The package was left for you.
Package was left for me.
Yes.
Impossible. Nobody knows me in these parts.
And that's why I thought it very strange.
Westerbach.
I'm sorry?
My name.
I didn't hear what you said.
Westerbach.
Westerbach.
You're sure?
Yes. And it's very odd. It's been sitting in our shop for a while. A couple of weeks, maybe. Maybe not that long, maybe a week.
Annika. My mother's name was Annika.
He pushes a package over to you. This was left for you. Don't open it here. I don't know what it is exactly. Well, if the reason I took your audience, one, because your name was left in with our group, so felt appropriate to meet with you, but we don't know that much more about the Teutons. We do know that once you cross the Carpathians north of Hungary, magic quickly starts to diminish. And the closer you get, the more rapidly it diminishes. We don't have many dealings that far north.
Does your organization know of anything called the Demon Killer?
No.
Nothing of the sort.
No, we don't normally deal with demons.
Not myself usually, but my companions seem to make a habit of it, and
yes.
a little disturbing.
Your companions fight demons?
And more, apparently.
On Tuesdays.
For breakfast.
Tuesdays we fight demons, on Wednesdays.
Interesting.
But Saturday we rest.
How long will you be in town for?
I'll be in town for 4 to 5 more days.
If we hear anything about Teutons, I'll reach out to you. I believe you may have been spotted down at the docks, by the way.
There was an ugly incident.
It wasn't me.
Where travels?
Yes, just don't get caught.
I have a disguise I intend on putting on tomorrow. We're heading towards Kyberg. Do we have... does your organization reach that far?
Not in Kyberg itself, but further to the north, up near Cologne, and then points east.
Perhaps if I travel to Cologne, I would be able to contact one of your agents?
Yes. I'll give you a... Here. He slides over a small coin to you. He says, just twirl it between your fingers.
Excellent.
They'll recognize it.
Do you want?
Well, if there's nothing else I can do for you, please just don't get caught stealing in our town. And if you do, successfully, at the rope shop, just leave a donation. It should be approximately 10% of your takings. Very well. Then you have a good night.
Thank you for that package.
Little package.
Okay. You guys are back in the tavern. Everybody's there. Do you meander back toward the main tavern?
I head straight back towards tavern.
Okay. You're all in the tavern itself. You're hanging out. He told you what he told you. You're drinking away with him. Oh yeah, it's all good. Is there anything else you guys are doing?
I think that's it.
Nope, that wasn't what I meant to do.
I think he vashes with a flourish. This is the only vashes.
Where's Pietro?
So everyone, it's a good raucous time in the pub. all of a sudden, from outside, you hear screams. Hopefully you do. Outside, you hear screams. Looking out some of the windows, you see all of a sudden there appears to be fires. What are you doing?
Grab my weapon, run outside.
Yes.
All of you run outside?
I won't grab my weapons and I will run outside.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send my raven up in the air and see what's going on.
Okay.
I'll stay next to Balder to protect him, just like to say, because I know he can't see or hear. Right when your Balder goes up, when you're
oh boy, what has Pietro done?
That looks like a strafe.
Huh? You can put yourself
strafing.
back. You guys are in this tavern right outside this tavern right here.
Is it a dragon?
Stepping outside, you see what every city dweller dreads.
Which is?
Fire! Billowing, giant flames covering buildings. People scream as they run through the streets and hear shouts. The smell of foul air fills your senses. Some firefighting equipment quickly begins to arrive and tries to put down the threat. However, it appears as though it's spreading quickly throughout the city. What are you guys doing?
Do we have any way of stopping this? Do we have any way of...
I don't have any way.
I can make it worse.
The air rings with the clamor of frightened people and screams of panicked animals. An older couple is shoved to the side by more capable people running for their lives.
So I'm gonna send the raven up, see if I can see what's going on, or if I can see anyone who may have done this is running away.
Okay.
Dragon, maybe something.
The raven takes off up into the air. Your eyes roll back into your head, and you're looking through the raven's vision. You hear a child screaming wildly. The child is clearly alone. You immediately suspect it has lost its mother or its family. A scream from a nearby building pierces the air louder than others. From inside the building, you hear muffled screams.
All right.
So the building just closer to you.
Do we know where the child is?
You hear it from right over in this building, we'll say.
I'm going to start running towards where the child that's screaming. Is the child in the street or is the child in the house?
You look up, you see a group of people nervously looking up at a 5th floor at that building itself. Window, rapidly burning building. Bright orange flames leap from the roof. In the room behind, you see a window in a room. Behind a woman clutching a baby are readily evident. People gathering in the crowd appear unsure what to do. The woman looks back and forth between the street far below and the leaping flames behind her. Her panic is increasing by the second.
All right, I'm going in. Going in to grab him.
I will
run right in.
follow.
I'm going to rage and run right in.
Rage! You charge in and go running into it. Roll a... The bystanders want to help, but they need somebody decisive telling them what to do. You run right past them and go charging inside. Make an athletics check.
Is there another building I can start helping, or should I?
Checks with?
Because it's just the one person who's trying to get it, right?
Not a save, a check.
Does there look like there's a store close by that might have large sheets?
Do I add proficiency?
Sure.
Oh no, that's only a save. It's proficiency, right? So that's 21.
21. You manage to get inside the building. Bits of it are collapsing around you as you're doing this. You're outside looking through the raven. You're looking for sheets.
Yeah.
You know that there are sheets inside the inn itself.
I will run back to the inn and grab some sheets off the closest bed I can find.
Okay, you run back in. There's some rooms on the first floor. You're running in trying to grab sheets. You manage to deftly avoid part of a collapsing part, but you see the stairways going up are on fire. What are you doing?
I'm running up.
You go running up. Roll another athletics check and a dex save.
21 for the athletics, and then the dex save is 18. What's my 18? 19 for the dex.
19. Whoosh. You get partially burned. You take 8 points of fire damage. And as you're running up the steps, the part of the floor starts to collapse from underneath you. You're up to already the second floor. Make another athletics check and another dex save.
21 on the athletics, and then 17, 18 on the dex.
18. You continue to run up. You take some more burning damage, but you don't take as much. You take 6 points of fire damage. You can
How many
see
more was that? I'm sorry. I just
six more
my
points.
brain just-
You get a sense that you think that this building is about to collapse in about 7 rounds.
Okay.
You've got about 3 more steps. What are you doing, Aldrich?
42 seconds. I reach into my sack and I pull out this 3-foot rope.
Okay.
And I stand under the window where the child is.
Okay.
Okay, and
you run around toward the building where,
Yes.
where Balder or Borinth ran inside, and you're standing outside with your rope.
And in German, I yell out the phrase, "You are lovely, my queen."
The rope stands up in
Let
front
down
of you.
your head. And I begin to climb the rope.
Okay, you're climbing up outside the rope. Okay, you're running inside. Roll another, what is it? Yes, another check and
natural 20 on my athletics.
You literally bound up 2 floors as the flames are leaping around you.
And then an 18 on my dexterity.
18. Take 4 points of fire damage, and you are now up at the 4th floor. You're up about 15 feet at this point, and you've probably got another 2 rounds before you're up on top.
Continuing.
You've got at least a handful of sheets at this point. You look around, you just see buildings burning. There does seem to be a warehouse where it started from, but it's kind of hard because it sort of just leapt from building to building very, very quickly. Whatever where it started from, it looked like there was some type of the way the building is blown. It looks as though something like exploded from inside out, and then the flames were just fanned by the wind and spread across.
Okay.
Mattias, you're hanging outside with the others, trying to douse water, or what are you doing?
I am, yes.
Okay, so roll another athletics check and another dex save.
Okay.
21 for the athletics. And dirty 20 for dex.
You managed to get up
22 as well?
You're on the 5th floor at this point. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
He
got it quite just him.
I think it's just me.
Just him right now. You take 5 points of fire damage. You are on the 5th floor. Aldrich, you keep climbing hand over hand. You're about 30 feet up in the air. You think you've got another 10 to 15 feet to go before you're there.
Okay.
You're looking around.
Well, it's now that I know the cause, I'm just going to try to help the best I can. I'll go to whatever building has people trapped in it, other than the one they're in.
Okay, you start looking around.
I will encourage people to jump out the window.
Okay, you roll a persuasion check.
I was like, I'll catch
Actually,
you.
with advantage.
I'll catch you, I promise.
With advantage.
Is that what the sheets were for?
That's what the sheets were for.
I love it! I love it!
15.
15. They're on the edge. They're on the edge. You see Boulder outside yelling, "Jump to me, jump to me!"
I love it so much.
You see Boulder yelling, "Jump, jump, jump!" And they're somewhat reluctant to jump, even though the flames are leaping. You're at this building right over. We'll call it right over here, right now, for all intents and purposes. You're at this building, just at the base of it. Mattias, you're with there with them too.
Baldur doesn't need sheets.
Yeah.
Aldrich has that's Aldrich. I'm sorry. There we go. Aldrich
has the
there.
rope. Yeah.
One die.
There we go.
The sheets. Take a corner. And I'll call to Mattias and all the people around. Grab it. Pull it tight.
They instantly come over and try and grab hold of it
Jump!
with you.
Jump now! Jump!
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Come on.
This is a disaster.
11.
11. They're still incredibly reluctant to jump at this
I just
point.
punch the building. Convince them to fall down.
Borinth, you're on the 5th floor. You're gonna die! The building is burning around
What
you.
more persuasion do you
You
need?
think they're ahead and down through one room and then into another.
Okay, I'm going.
Okay, you charge. Roll another
Blasting
athletics
through.
check as you're diving And another dex save.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
And then that's for the athletics. And then the dex save, not as good as an 11.
Okay, you take 9 points of fire damage. Your foot goes through the floor, and you're like stuck there for a second. But you manage to just barely pull it up. It didn't feel as though you got very far. You are hovering outside the window at this point. What are you doing?
Can I see the person, the child, or the person inside?
You're scampering up the rope, and you look inside. Yes, you do. You see a woman and a child.
I call to them.
Yeah. What are you telling them to do?
I say, grab my hand. I'm gonna. Ik vermissen dich schon, mein Schon.
Okay, so you start going down?
I start going down and up again, and I tell them to join with me on the rope.
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
It's a 7.
7. They're like,
these people just want to die.
It doesn't look safe. Oh.
But the building you're in looks safe.
Okay.
Okay, I got you. I'm on my way. I'm gonna yell.
Roll another athletics check and another
the whole place
dex save.
Fire's the one thing.
25 on the athletics.
Oh, you just bound
Except for these
through.
Natural 20 on the dex.
You just bound through, and you don't take any fire. You just leap in between the flames themselves. You see Aldrich hovering outside of a window, and there inside you see a woman holding a child.
Scoop him up, okay, and jump out the window.
I tell Boren to grab onto the rope.
You yell, "Boren, grab hold of me!" What do you do?
I scoop them up, and I'm jumping out the window.
Roll an acrobatics check with advantage.
Check 14, 15, 16, 17, 19.
19. He's got a woman in the arm, and he just leaps in and somehow wraps his arms around you. What are you doing?
Start climbing down.
You start going down. You mutter the other phrase, and you're going down. Roll a strength check with advantage. You're trying to.
You are heavy.
I'm like almost 400 pounds.
17. You managed to hold on to the rope. It wants to slip out from your hands. Back over with you guys.
As soon as I get to like second floor, I'm gonna hop off.
Okay.
With them in my arms.
Okay, you've got about one more round.
Yeah.
You guys over there.
I'll just start screaming, "You are going to
die! Roll a persuasion check with advantage, and one of you can help the other.
Come on. No.
What
floor are they on? Are they high?
One up there.
2.
Please.
How high is this building?
13.
13.
How high is the building that they're in?
The building is 4 stories high.
Can I do reverse logic, and I'll just be like, "Well, see you later then."
Sure, try it. Roll a persuasion check.
Send Georgia.
You're gonna burn.
Send Georgia to jump so they can see the land and the
Send Georgie to jump.
Georgie, go up there and jump.
17.
17.
Is that enough?
Yes, one of them goes.
Their lives threatened
They
enough.
have flames leaping up their back, and they go leaping out. Roll an acrobatics check with advantage to catch them.
All of us?
Yeah, sure.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. This one leaps into you. There's one more up there who's trying to convince to jump out. Aldrich, roll another.
Did you say athletics or acrobatics?
I said acrobatics, but
15.
15. You feel as though you were about to let go, but you manage. He's about 15 feet in the air at this
jump
point.
off.
You jump
with the lady in my hand.
Yeah.
Hulk landing like.
Just roll an acrobatics check, please.
He slams the woman down like a football.
24.
24. You land standing upright and just gently let them go out of your arms at this point. And back over with you two. There's 3 rather. There's 2 more up in the window. Up in a window. What are you doing? You gonna try and convince him to jump as well?
Still trying.
Yeah.
I think we have to.
Matthias, roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion with advantage. Okay.
At some point, he has to understand the fire is worse than a.
Well, the DC keeps dropping.
Yeah.
Persuasion.
As it gets hotter and hotter.
That's,
as his back
19.
burns up.
19. The individual is like, yes, please. And he leaps out. You can see little flames
get down.
leaping up, and they leap out. Roll a combined acrobatics check to catch them.
Combined acrobatics. Okay,
11.
19.
11.
Whoosh! The person lands into the sheet. You see the building is just fully engulfed at this point.
Is that everyone?
In this building and your building.
Are there any more anywhere? Do we see?
The whole town is on fire. Moving along the street, crowded with pack animals and people, the swirling crowd parts for a second to reveal several people looting a vegetable wagon near you, Boren. Turned over on its side, a horse at the front flails about, obviously injured. From where you are standing, you can see some people pinned underneath the wagon. What are you doing?
I want to lift the wagon.
You go running toward the wagon?
Gonna lift the wagon.
You're there with Aldrich. Aldrich, you skim down the last 15 feet. You're back on the ground. You run over toward the wagon. The looters see you, and they instantly start to back off for a second.
I'm gonna yell at them.
Vegetables.
With the looters gone, you see a victim pinned underneath this huge wooden wagon. It's an unconscious old man with a deep oozing scalp wound. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try to lift the cart up off of him.
Roll a strength check.
Oh, that's only a 12.
12.
Because I'm not raging anymore. Because I didn't take any damage.
Right.
So.
Okay, you're struggling, and it's just not budging. You see him trying to.
I'm going to drink my my storm giant strength potion.
Okay, while he's doing that.
So if it puts my strength to a 29. So what do I add to? If it's up to a 29. What do I add?
+5. 5 is 20.
Yeah.
6 would be 22. 8 would be 24. Oh wait, no.
7's 24, 26 is 8, and so 8.
Plus 8.
30's 9, yeah.
Okay.
So plus 8.
So plus 8. Okay, back with you guys over on the other side. There's no one up in that building right now, but moving through the horse. Moving through the horse. Moving through the streets, coming up this way towards you. Moving through the streets, you note a horse snorting and rolling its eyes in fear at you, Mattias, and Balder, and Simon. Rampaging down the street toward you. People frantically dive out of the way as the horse's shod hooves cloppity-clop down the road. The horse's saddle has slid round the beast and is dragging a young man down the street. The young man has one leg wrapped in an inverted blevins and fender and the other foot caught in the stirrup. He's bouncing brutally around the rubbled street. What are you doing, if anything?
I think I'm the only one who can. I think I'm the only one who can stop that.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Out of the way.
Do we get out of the way, or do we try to?
Well, if you want to try and stop the horse, otherwise I'm going to take an attack of opportunity and try and cut the saddle off.
Okay.
With my little side dagger.
What are you? How are you going to?
Hit the horse in the head with a hammer.
That's all I got.
I'm trying to use my animal handling to get the horse to take care of the horse.
That's your
Or
choice.
should we just move?
Well, no, you can do that,
your
and then, like
choice.
I said, if it doesn't work, I'm just going to take attack of opportunity and try to rescue the guy.
Do what you want to do, Matty.
Okay, roll an animal handling check with advantage.
Okay.
Because you know exactly how to react to this horse. I'm sorry?
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You reach up. This horse is bounding towards you, and you just naturally reach up, grab. You don't even grab the reins. You grab hold of it like you were the bit, sticking your two thumbs into its mouth, and you pull the head down to your side. The young rider, he's wearing a uniform. He stumbles to a stop as you manage to do that. And back with you guys on the other side. This cart is just not budging. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try.
I'll lend him my aid.
I'm gonna try again, and as I lift this time, I'm gonna yell for Balder to come help.
Okay.
I got strength of 8, man. I can help.
Okay, roll.
Me too.
Roll with advantage.
Right here.
Strength check because he's helping you out. Aldrich comes over and starts to help lift this cart.
25.
25. You manage to just budge the cart up high enough when you're holding it there, but this guy is laying on the ground underneath.
I'll drag him out.
Aldrich, you reach in. Just do an athletics check with advantage to pull him out, or strength check.
I'm locked in. I'm locked in the way. I'm locked into the way right now.
You managed to pull the individual, this unconscious man. He's got a bleeding, oozing head wound, and he's pulled off to the side.
Does he have a purse string on?
No, he's not
I'm
conscious.
gonna drop the cart.
Okay.
And I'll put my hand on his head and I'll heal him for 1 point.
Does he have a purse on him?
Roll an investigation check with advantage.
Pass him down as he pulls him out.
Back with you guys.
Unnatural 20.
Yes, you find a purse on him. Back with you guys. You see the young rider. He's wearing a uniform of sorts. Blood is covering his face from a nasty wound, and his arm is clearly broken, although it appears at a quick glance as though it's a clean break. What are you doing?
I'll cut him free of the stirrup.
You reach up and you just slice the leather stirrup free. His leg comes down. His arm is broken off to the side. He is unconscious at this point.
Gently lean him against the wall.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
You lean him against the wall. Okay.
That's about all I can do.
Yeah, away from the fire.
Yeah.
Okay, you lean him against the wall. The older man, he thanks you profusely. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We'll get you fixed up. I'll
write down my healing.
kind of go underneath, pick him up, and drag him up out of the street, like off to the side, out of the way of everything.
Oh, thank you.
Somewhere safe.
Thank you.
I'm not wasting
You see another building. There's one last building over here. As you glance behind you, as you pulled him out of the way, all five of you see, and Georgie sees as well. All five of you. Flames are leaping from the building. You see several people pointing excitedly at a second-story window of what you suspect is a fine and expensive house. Smoke and flames are leaping from the roof, and you can see flames from the ground floor windows. The windows are glass, indicating the house is owned by someone with wealth. The people...
We should save that house.
There you go. What are you doing?
We should go in, see if anyone's in there.
Okay, are there people pointing and staring?
Yes, there appear to be somebody up in the window on the second floor.
All right, I'm going in.
I'm taking out the rope.
Are you guys going in?
Get the
I'm
sheet.
going in.
You're going up, you're going in, we got the sheet.
Yeah.
You start to charge into fire.
She's got
I'll
out.
kick the door in and then turn to the side.
Okay, roll a strength check with advantage. Or athletics, which one do you prefer?
21. Oh, wait. Well, a strength check or athletics?
Strength or athletics, whichever you prefer.
Because a strength check, I don't get my.
Okay, so athletics.
Okay, because that's +9 or +5. So.
Okay, and you still have your potion too.
Oh, that's right. So it's 8. So what do I do to my
8 plus 4?
8 plus 4?
Right?
Oh my god. Yeah, I rolled a natural 16. So
16. 28. 28. You just kick open the door, and as you do, flames burst out at you. Roll a dex save.
That's a 6.
A 6. You take 9 points of fire damage as it leaps against you. The people in the crowd burst into an excited babble. After a few moments, you get the gist of it. There are several people. They say an old woman in the second floor. The old woman, obviously very feeble and affected by the smoke, was trying to open the window, and she apparently collapsed. Everyone in the crowd loudly agrees that someone should go into the building, but you already did.
Yeah. I'm going to take my cloak, I'm going to put it over front of me, and I'm running in.
Okay, you burst inside. You guys, you don't see anybody in the windows right now. You're climbing up your rope outside. Mattias, what are you doing?
Is the rope the only way to get in?
There's the rope and the front door that Borath just went in.
I'll follow Borath.
Okay, you go charging in after Borath. Roll a dex save. As you do, everyone in the crowd is screaming. The house looks quite dangerous. Everybody roll an investigation check.
Anybody have marshmallows?
Ooh, 19.
Dexterity save, 16.
16.
Investigation, right?
23. 23.
All of you realize that this building is about to collapse in 5 rounds. Okay, you burst inside. As soon as you go inside, both Mattias and Borath, you're inside. You enter the front door. You're in what looks like a kitchen at this point, and you can run across, and there's another front room. There's another room just beyond it. You can run toward that room. and there's a set of stairs going up. So as you go inside, you'd be crossing what looks like a kitchen to a front room, and then off to the right-hand side would be a set of stairs going up.
That's where I'm going.
Okay, you guys move at a full tilt. You go.
So I move 80 if I
Okay.
use.
And how fast are you moving, Mattias? Dashing? You could move 60 probably,
as quickly
right?
as possible.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, the two of you go running up the step. You run through the front room. Flames are burning. You turn right quickly and you go up. You start going up a set of stairs. And as you come to the top, you come to a door.
It's the only door there?
Yes.
All right. Well, I would have gotten there first. So I'm just gonna kick the door
You
open.
just kick it up. Roll a strength check.
Plus 12.
20.
20. The door kicks in, and as it kicks in, this ball of flame leaps out at you. Roll a dex save.
4.
4. Take 9.
9.
A 10. Take 11 points of damage. 11 points of fire damage.
32.
As the flames leap past you. Back with you guys outside. What are you doing? Anything? You've got the old man leaning up against the building. You've got the what looks like an army officer who was dragged from a horse.
Tug on his rope and see if it holds my weight.
Okay, you can't pull on the rope, but you can reach up and grab hold of him. You have to leap up in the air.
Yeah, I'm about about 15 feet.
You're about 15 feet up in the air.
So
You
the
can
rope
leap up
doesn't
and
extend; it just goes up.
It's like going up. Yes.
The rope's like 3 feet long, and it just carries him.
I guess.
You could leap up and grab him.
Just go in the building.
Okay, you charge into the building.
Yeah.
Roll a dex save as you go through the flames.
17.
It's only the second floor. I could take that ball.
I could have a building collapse on me. Be fine.
Oh
yes.
I'll join the crowd in Low German. Do you believe what is happening? This is amazing.
The champions of the sun have arrived.
Do you think they will save him?
You should check on the cathedral where your book is.
How about
Very
How about Simon? Get as many people as you can with buckets of water here. We'll try to subdue the fire while they come back out.
I'm not the leader of the bucket brigade.
Well, get the buckets here. And then I'll run into the
They're
building.
looking for leaders.
I'm socializing.
You guys you burst inside, and you're inside a large room. Not a large room. A room with with 2 doors on it. One immediately to your right, and one immediately to your left.
There was 2 doors?
Yes, there's 2 doors. One immediately to your right, and one immediately to your left.
Mattias, I go right, you go left.
Understood.
Okay, you go right. This door just bursts right open. Roll another dex save.
15.
15. You take 4 points of fire damage. Mattias, your door, it seems like it's slightly stuck.
Force it.
Force it. Roll an athletics check with advantage. or just an athletics check, please.
That's the body.
Oh, with that, just athletics?
Yeah, then you get the.
What is it?
27.
27. The door bursts open. And flames leap out at you. Roll a dex save.
Turning.
Dex save. With my bonus, that is
I just keep turning it.
unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. You manage to dodge some of the flames, but you take 7 points of flame damage. You run inside. About 20 feet away from you, you see an old woman laying on the ground, Mattias. Just behind a window.
And get her.
Okay, you run there. You're not quite there yet. Borinth, you're in another room. You don't see anything in this room, and it looks like it's an empty room.
All right, I'm going to double back around and go into the room.
Okay, you double back around. You're right behind Mattias. Back over with you. What are you doing?
When I pass the second-story window, I'm going to go a little above it, and then use my momentum to swing into the window.
Okay, roll an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. 26.
26. You fly. Mattias, you and Borinth inside see Aldrich come smashing through the window and
do a perfect somersault
lands.
roll.
Roll a dex save, Aldrich.
Dex save. Oh, that's not going to be good. A 7.
A 7. Not good. Yes, you take 18 points of fire damage, but you're laying next to you see this older woman laying on the ground. Borinth and Mattias are charging toward you two as well. What are you guys doing? And over here on the ground, what are you guys doing?
Did you see him just fly through the window?
I'm gonna yell, "Get out of the way!" and I'm gonna go and pick her up.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay.
Fine, you can say so.
You go running past Mattias. Mattias acquiesces to it. You're there right next to the lady as well. What are you doing?
I'm looking for valuables.
Okay, roll an investigation check. You're
19.
Okay, you quickly find what looks like a golden chalice and a ring sitting on a counter, and there's a locket laying right next to the ring as well. Okay. What else you guys do? Okay.
She'd be very upset if we left these here.
Scooping her up and jumping out the window and grabbing onto the rope.
Well, there's no rope there right
I thought he said that it was out there.
I have it in my hand now.
Oh, okay.
You jump out the window. You've got her in your arm, and you're looking
over my shoulder.
And there's no rope as you're falling.
I was assuming that the rope. I would see the rope, but I don't see the rope. I'm jumping out the window. 3-point landing with her on my shoulder.
Okay, roll an acrobatics check.
Just wait a second. I got the rope.
You're out the window. You could have asked. It's right here.
23.
23, you land with a sudden clunk, and you take 2 points of damage just from a little bit of a strain. But other than that, you're in great shape. Aldrich, you have a sense, and Mattias, you have a sense that this building is about to collapse right around you.
I tell Mattias to grab hold of me, and I...
Mattias just looks out the window, and does he see a rope or something?
I tell you to grab onto me.
He's got full armor on. That's what he's hysterical.
Okay. Do you grab hold of him?
Oh, grab onto the rope. I hold the rope out. I tell you to grab onto the rope.
And I'll grab onto you.
Okay, yes.
Because the rope will hold you. And I start.
Yes.
Okay. Ik vermischen dein Schon, mein Schon. And I start climbing down.
And you start climbing down. Literally, you get about 15 feet down. You see Borinth down below you, and as you're getting down, you see the building just collapsing in on itself.
As I jump out the front door.
I'm sorry?
As I jump back out the front door.
You jump back out the front door. I didn't know you were in there. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you went out to the bucket thing. I thought that's why you guys were talking about the bucket brigade. I thought you went back out to do the bucket.
Simon failed me. I didn't get any buckets.
We could have saved this building, Zion. I've met some very nice German people over here.
You see the townspeople running around trying to put out the fire where they can. Really what they seem to be doing at this point is trying to contain the fire to the buildings. They're running around with buckets of water. Do you guys help them out, or what are you doing?
We should assist with the bucket brigade.
We should do a wall of fire.
Yeah.
Which will prevent the fire. Yeah, prevent the fire from spreading.
I actually have a potion of fire breath if that will help contain it.
Yeah, I have that, and then he's got wall of fire. We could just we could totally take this
fire.
I haven't finished my long rest yet.
Yeah, me neither.
Isn't that what the firefighters
I'm banged up now.
Don't they create other fires to take away from the main fire?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I'm not a firefighter, but I've heard things.
Works on TV.
Was the lady unconscious?
Yes, she is unconscious.
I'm gonna put my hand on her and I'm gonna heal her for 1 hit point.
Okay, you heal her for 1 hit point. She's... Thank you so very much. Thank you very much.
We're gonna get you some help.
Yes, indeed.
Somebody call Pietro. Where's Pietro?
He did this.
Pietro did this.
Someone call Pietro.
You're yelling for Pietro.
Someone said the anti-pope sucks. And he smited all down.
Screw that. So eventually, Pietro is seen in the streets. Yes, how can I, Borinth, what is it? How can I help?
I'm all burned. I'm like fried up.
He comes over to you and he...
I'm all burned and like, and I'm gonna be like, these people need help. There's injuries, and I'll bring her over. I'll bring the lady over to where the other guy is from the car. Anybody else that was injured that I took out of the building.
Yeah.
Put them all together and
the horse guy, the cart
get them
guy.
help.
He all of a sudden you see this glow emanate about 30 feet around him. And you suddenly get back. You suddenly get back 26 hit points. Anybody who was wounded in that area, the people who were wounded, the military guy and the older lady and the gentleman with the scar on his head are suddenly they're exponentially better than they were.
All right, and then I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna thank him. Thank you, Pietro, and I'm gonna run off and help just try to douse as much of the fire as I can. Buckets, just buckets.
Buckets.
You guys are running around. Everybody roll an investigation check.
Investigation.
Yes.
24.
24.
14.
18.
15.
Okay, Aldrich and
15.
all of you rolled above 15, managed to put out some more fires. Everybody roll another find and put out some more fires.
I think I put
There
out
are
fires.
27.
27. 18.
I'm throwing buckets of water on plants.
10 people. You're just throwing buckets of water in the street at this point.
20.
20. Mattias, you managed to
Drinking
put
buckets
out a
of water.
section. Between the
Dumping it on
lot,
my head.
between the lot of you, you guys seem to contain the fire to some of the buildings as they slowly collapse on top of themselves and continue to burn.
Well, Boris, we've done it again.
Wow.
This.
What? Who's done it
Town
again?
ruined.
What is that noise?
I think it's coming from the warehouse.
Witches.
Do you think the flames are coming from the warehouse? Should we go check out the warehouse?
Well, yeah, if the fire's starting to die down, I'll let them know that I think it started from here, and we can go take a look.
Yeah.
See what we can see.
Go.
Some of the fires, eventually you guys contain the fires to several structures and stop it from leaping from one to another. There are still some that are burning, but it appears as though they've been contained at this point. You've seen, obviously, vast destruction here in the city of Munich. Along with residences, many shops, granaries, warehouses, and other buildings, some were destroyed, but you managed to rescue a bunch of people in the process. Some during the chaotic hours, you can see drifting off into the darkness. You go looking toward the debris, or toward the warehouse itself. You eventually find what you think you saw. Balder. You eventually find where the location where you think that it might have started. One large building, a light manufacturing building and a warehouse, stands out as particularly badly burned. It's all the way over in that far corner. Stands out as particularly badly burned. Those stone, multiple sections of the walls have collapsed outward. At one end, there was a large set of doors. Whatever happened in here leveled the wall of that adjacent mud and daub house, causing it to rapidly burn to the ground. The standing interior, well, what are you guys doing?
Just start looking around. We start kicking around at stuff and seeing if we can figure out what.
Surprisingly, there's no flames inside this building itself. It seems as though whatever it is, it just blasted itself outwards and then collapsed that building next to it. The standing interior walls, as you look inside and around it, as though they were blasted and then melted. Whatever was burning in here was incredibly hot. Strewn about the interior are almost unrecognizable slag from various large metal apparatus, hoop rings from large barrels. Rather unusually, the remnants of large metal barrels, all crushed and melted. You guys continue to investigate? Everybody roll.
Yeah.
Who are you all together?
I think so.
Roll an investigation check.
20.
20 as well.
Unnatural.
30, 20.
7.
Unclean.
6.
Okay, all of you who rolled the 20s, turning over the metal barrels, you find one side that was to the ground in a puddle of water on one of them. On that side was submerged is marked Verhabend des Stolfas, München, zu Christoph Friedrich Nikolai, Königsberg. As if it was from Verhabend des Stolfas in München and going to, or zu, Christoph Friedrich Nikolai in Königsberg.
Königsberg is where the Teutons and the anti-magic is happening.
you think there's magical items in here that somehow exploded, or do you think somebody exploded them because there was magical items? Magical items wouldn't be destroyed.
And the barrel's empty?
I will
Like
take the time to cast detect magic as a ritual.
Okay. And these metal barrels, they look like something exploded out of them?
It looks like, in some cases, yes.
Like they're charred on the inside or whatever?
Some are. Most of them are like melted at this point.
Were the-
Whatever burned in here was wickedly hot.
Gotcha.
The containers were made of.
Appears as though a lot of them were metal, and some were wood with hoops.
Is metal unusual?
Metal.
A solid metal
barrels
keg is
very
unusual.
You would know that.
Like they're very
What
expensive.
what in hoop is common. but
Yeah.
Something that is a full metal cask is
So whatever was in it was pretty volatile, and they needed metal casks to carry it.
volatile or valuable.
Does anything remain in any of the metal casks?
You don't see anything in it. This place was blasted pretty thoroughly. How long do you wait there, or look around there?
He's casting a ritual, so that takes a few minutes.
That's like 10 minutes,
Oh,
just to see if there's any remnants of
Um,
magic in anything. Or...
Any signs of activity, maybe? Footprints?
Well, there's no footprints. Definitely. I mean, this place was blasted pretty thoroughly. You look
Scars,
around.
scraps of clothing?
Since your ritual takes a while, a short while later, while you're toward the end of your casting, a man wanders in. He's disheveled. He has a child on his hip and a woman in tow. And he seems to be looking around.
You know this place?
Yeah. I worked here.
You worked here. What did you do here?
Well, I don't work here now, I guess.
Well, it looks like the fire started here.
I don't know. I just worked here.
What did you do here?
We refined something called bitumen.
What is that?
I don't really know.
You don't know?
But it was very, very fine liquid. It made no smoke.
It's a petroleum product. It's tar and sand. And
Was it really was it flammable?
Very much so.
Is that what was in these barrels right here?
Yes. I am Frostarbeiter. And who are you?
Balder.
I'm Balder.
I'm Borinth.
Who owned the shop?
The shop, we haben das Stahlfass owned it.
Where does he live?
His house that's right there was his.
Wait, that house is collapsed now?
Yes.
Oh, so the old lady that was in that house, right?
No, there was a house next to this that
okay.
was like disintegrated when.
Can I go? I'm gonna start heading over to that house.
Yeah.
Do you know if he made it out?
This happened so fast.
I'm gonna go there looking for that guy.
Okay.
I'll
You
go-
head over there?
I'll go with.
You go ahead heading over there? This is very volatile stuff. Too volatile to ship. Hence the merchants wanted it in so Stahlfass was making metal barrels here and transferring the oil to them.
You guys look like you take care of it pretty well. I mean, would you expect it to just
You
go
would
up
say
in flames
that?
like that?
I mean, I don't think anyone expected this.
Well, I mean, do you think someone did this? Or do you think it's... I mean, I know it's volatile, but you guys are taking the proper precautions. Could someone have done this? Or is you think it's just an accident?
I have no idea. I have no idea at all.
No idea.
I'm going over to that house.
You go over to the house?
I'll start calling for that.
My thinking is someone did not like them supplying.
There was like a mud and daub
Sometimes
house, which is a
things
wooden
burn.
frame with
Sometimes, yeah.
with the mud and daub packed in between the timbers, and it looks like it's just been leveled. Okay. You start rummaging through it. Roll an investigation check with disadvantage.
I found a stone.
6. 6. You're rummaging around and you're just having trouble finding anything.
Take a rock, throw a rock.
Everybody having a good time?
Yes.
Yes. Let's pause there. Awesome, guys. You saved some people. I thought some of them were going to die. Very creative with the use of the rope there. Interesting. Interesting, guys. Let's go around the table. Let's start with you, Reiner. What was your highlight, sir? If there was one.
The moment where I literally stopped a rampaging horse just without even really trying.
Okay. Well, that was very cool. That was very cool. I'm sorry you had the tech.
I wasn't sure how well that was going to work, to be perfectly honest.
Well, you do
Balder
have
had a backup plan.
Balder had a backup plan. I thought he was going to cut the legs out from under it. That's what I thought you were saying you were going to do.
Never.
I would have definitely just hit
You
the
wanted me to
horse
hit
in
the
head
horse
with my
with a
hammer. I would have smashed it.
Reiner, I didn't see a log from you or hooks. 1,500 on experience points, sir. 1,500.
Okay, thank you.
Good job rescuing people.
It was Matthias's pleasure.
Brian, what was your highlight?
I loved the conversation, finding out that was the Pope. I thought that was really cool. I feel like we were asking some good questions, getting some good information. But I mean, I loved running into burning buildings and saving people like a bull, just blasting through doors and blasting through the house. I like that.
That was very cool.
I enjoy that.
Well, good. I'm glad both
Yeah.
for you. You never know with RP stuff. 1,500 experience points, sir.
Nice.
Joe, did you have a good time?
Excellent time.
What was your highlight?
A lot of highlights. Meeting Diamant, the rope guy, getting the special item that was left to me by somebody. Couple of low lights too, as far as failing to pickpocket. And looking forward to finding out more.
Okay, well, thank you for the log, and thank you for the hooks, and you're still level 6, correct?
Correct.
So it's still pretty hefty for you. 4,000 on experience points, sir.
Look at you. I remember those days.
Yeah.
Those days were great.
I could use a couple of them.
Like just dropping thousands upon thousands at a time. You're like, yeah.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed learning that he's the anti-pope, and that knowing he's on our side is pretty good.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. And you're still level 10, correct? 1,500 on experience points. Jess, do you have a good time?
I had a great time.
What was your highlight?
My highlight is anything dealing with Zyman and his story. And what I like is that, like, I gave you the idea of the book that he has, but I really have no idea what that book is.
That's good.
And I like being fed those little bits here and there, and I really don't know what it might be, and I don't know that I necessarily created it with anything in mind, but I really enjoy seeing where it's falling out to.
Good.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, and sometimes it does make sense. Sometimes it's tough for me to weave things in, and you guys do a great job of writing logs and hooks, and sometimes it takes me a few weeks.
And I also like how I have different. Zyman has different ideas about what it might be than what it actually might end up being.
Sure.
And I find that totally fine.
Okay, cool. I did not see a log or hook from you, but
I wrote something up. But
you did? I didn't. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'll give it to you. So call it 3,000 on experience points, sir. Guys, I had a good time. I tried to make this like an RP one without any combat. So you're still in your long rest. It has not been interrupted as far as I'm concerned because combat wasn't part of it. So you're still good to hook on that. Okay?
Because I blew through a lot of stuff right there.
Yeah, I had a good time. Let me see if this works. Technology, don't fail me now. Let's come back over here while I screw with this.
I was down to 26 health. But I was only at 80 when we went into it.
Okay.
It's banged up already.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Carpathian Adventure. Again, we would like to thank Sirenscape for the use of their audio sound effects. That's www.syrinscape.com. Although it cut off during this is the second time it's done that, so I got to figure out why it keeps cutting out. Thank you, artists Yenu and Silky Noir, and we do pay for Sirenscape, so I don't mind being honest with you. It did cut out. Thank you, artists Yenu and Silky Noir, for their terrific character art. Please patronize them by the @Yenu Draws on Instagram, @Yenu on Tumblr and Twitter, and patronize Silky Noir on DeviantArt. Please comment in the Twitch on YouTube, in the Twitch chat room on Facebook, and on Twitter and on Instagram. While we do this strictly for fun, please comment and let us know how we might improve the stream. Please follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Please follow and like on Facebook. And please subscribe on YouTube. As we leave you, indulge my periodic diatribe. I oft read postings online from DMs who have created what they believe to be a well-developed campaign in a highly detailed world with a perfect balance of roleplay, NPC interactions, politics, and combat. However, when presented to their intended players, the same DMs are sometimes shocked and disappointed to find that their players don't share their enthusiasm. Perhaps disappointed and dejected, some DMs either bail on their beloved campaign concept, adapt it to what they perceive to be the desires of their players, or acquiesce to running something they are not enthusiastic about. Though couples often play Dungeons and Dragons together, the relationship between a DM and the players is not a marriage. The passion that a DM has for the campaign is unlikely to be matched equally by all of those at the table. By all means, DMs should strive to ensure that everyone is having fun. Arguably, players should also be striving to ensure that everyone is having fun, including the DM. Toward that end, I think there is great value in coming up with a collective theme and setting. But I don't think that those DMs who poured their heart and soul into their game concept were wrong from the get-go. Why? Of my many philosophies, I subscribe to one in particular. That is, as the DM, no one will ever love your campaign as much as you do. And that is okay. As a DM, you have probably spent countless hours preparing NPCs, relationships, encounters, contingencies, etc., etc. Having poured your time and perhaps your love into your campaign, you will invariably come to feel passionate about it. Having done that, please appreciate that you are the one player at the table who is most invested into it. A recent poll on a D&D forum indicated that players typically spend less than 30 minutes and rarely as much as 1 hour preparing for a 3 to 4 hour game session. While it varies wildly, DMs on average spend at least 2 to 4 hours and sometimes upwards of 8 hours or more preparing for the same game session. Samuel Clemens' premise aside regarding statistics, such statistics are merely an indicator of DM investment. So go ahead, demonstrate your passion for your campaign, your theme, and your setting. Provided you are not doing something that will get you a starring role in RPG horror stories, the players will come. Absolutely, sincerely try to ensure that everyone is having fun. But in the end, accept that no one will love your campaign as much as you do, and that's okay. I will end my diatribe there. Always remember, the Carpathian adventure, the journey is the destination, and the journey will continue in 2 weeks. So for now, thank you for watching, roll a 7-sided die, and have a good night.
Play some Dungeons and Dragons!
Huzzah!